Unknown centuries later is when our story begins.
How is it that I might help you?
Farlo Bastaya!
Cut them apart! Break them! Ratuskit! Barbardo!
We're on the internet. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quelmar realm. This is Quelmar First Class, our D&D 5e Strixhaven transformation in the Underdark of Quelmar. We are in a university called Catharta Academy. These all beautiful players here are our students. We are first-year students at Catharta Academy, studying magic and very strange things. In our very few days of study here at Catharta Academy. But we'll catch all that up once we hit a recap. Let's go around and meet each of our players, as well as their characters, and then we'll do a little bit of recap of what's been going on here at Catharta over the last little bit, and then we will hop right into today's session. Let's start out with Eric. Eric, can you tell us, introduce yourself and Madros to us today, please? Oh, you are muted.
We lost him.
Sorry, that time it was me, not a technical thing. Hey everyone, my name's Eric. I'm playing our resident martial class here who has no spell casting except for some like rinky dinky cantrips as a high elf. And like one actual spell. So this should be fun. We finally leveled up last game, but I still can't do anything magically. So
that's okay.
Ultimate chip on his shoulder, Madros.
Your presence here is magical. And in fact, I mean, everyone's presence here is magical and does aid to the story. And a very magical presence that we're going to take a deeper dive into very soon here would be Dan's character. Dan, can you introduce yourself and your character today, too?
Hello, I'm Dan, and I'm playing the character Refrig Eritor, a half-elf warlock with a fiendish alignment. I'm a know-it-all. I am standoffish, and I'm ready to find out what my special ability today is.
Well, Dan, those are all facts about you. We'd like to learn a little bit more about your character. I'm joking. Aha.
This guy.
Yeah, bazinga. Awesome. a pleasure to meet you, Refrig. And yeah, you're saying standoffish and quite Refrig can be quite a pistol, being having the patron of a fiend and all. Ooh. I'll tell you what, the opposite end of that spectrum is the ever-friendly Nerif. Zach, can you introduce yourself and Nerif to us today, please?
Oh, of course. It would be my pleasure. Hi, everyone. I'm Zach. My character is Nerif Somnum, the ever-plucky, ever-lucky little halfling that loves to make friends with everyone, especially the dead, and wants to make sure everyone else has the same happiness that he feels at all times. He's brutally honest, except for when he's a compulsive liar. One or the other. But he's always happy to be around friends and always wants his friends taken care of. Especially, his mushroom friend, bald friend, mean friend, and his dark friend. Really, really dark friend he is.
Awesome. Yeah. Nerif is definitely plucky. And most certainly lucky, as we saw last week. Wow, that was a very clutch nat 20 on the let's not die roll. But you know what? It's nice that Nerif can be brutally honest, because we have plenty of brutality in Morchella. Erica, can you introduce yourself in Morchella to us today, please?
Yeah, my name's Erica. I use she, her pronouns, and so does Morchella, my character, who is a half-orc druid. She's a Circle of Spores druid now that she finally got to level 2 and is obsessed with mushrooms and fighting. She's a big old meathead and is ready to bash some fucking can we swear on this channel?
Yes.
Some freshman heads in. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the deal.
If we didn't, there would be Eric would not be allowed on the channel because tech issues be damning him lately, and as well as actually multiple of us have had tech issues lately. But I'll tell you what, there is no issue too big or too small, including tech or damn fuck shit swearing, that can be solved with the simple, gentle attention that one such as James can show. And I know. Speaking of gentle, actually, and naive, can you tell us about Sigmund? You introduce yourself and Sigmund to us today, please.
Sure. Hi, I'm James. I am generally a easygoing guy who's happy to help and be of use. But today you shall know me as... Oh, I froze. Oh, why did I freeze? I wasn't supposed to freeze. I turned on the baldness.
Speaking of tech issues, Kyle.
I was gonna say, yeah. Let's see.
Was it last week when your face froze and some crazy like side? Oh man!
Oh, there it goes. Hey, there you go. That's all I needed to do was pick the right camera. All right, today I am Sigmund Bestimong. You shall know me as the cloistered scholar of the Gripple House. And as of today, I am proficient in every single skill and every single set of tools. Thank you, Knowledge Cleric.
Boy,
Oh my
I'll
God.
tell you what.
Wow.
If Know-It-All didn't already describe Sigmund, now it's more of a literal sense. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, we've met our players. We met our characters. Let us meet the past, or at least last week's a short little recap of what we've been going through lately. The beginning of our adventure here at Catharta in year 1 of this party's journey and the 4-year program to becoming awesome, or at least really good with magic and able to help the people of Quelmar protect themselves from the threats above and below. Our party found out that there was some kind of strange sickness going around amongst the students here at Catharta Academy, and also now staff. I guess there was a rumor of one staff member to also be afflicted. But the people have been getting sick, and in amongst learning the ropes of Catharta itself, our party has had their hands full. They not only have to learn college life, but they also have to deal with the fact that there's some kind of strange sickness going around, and that they met their Oh, their new and easily forgotten by me, friend Glyph, as they make their way around the campus. They eventually made their way to a scavenger hunt in the Tomioplex, a grand library of sorts here in Cathorda. And when they were there, an attack broke out by a mimic. A chest came to life, a storage chest. When a live action role play guild here at the academy was rehearsing for one of their, LARP stuff, and this chest came alive and started attacking people. The party rushed in to help, and with much pain to their personal selves, they dealt with the mimic and managed to barely survive. The mimic was subdued and went back to being just a regular old mundane chest. And the party limped off to the infirmary to get some healing, as well as investigate the origin of this mimic coming to life. Because it turned out the chest belonged to a fellow student, Greta, who is a dwarf, and she was also in the infirmary, but she was there because she was sick from this strange illness. And the party deduced that this illness was stemming from a substance called Eldritch Balm. And this Eldritch Balm was used around the campus on many things to bolster it, to make it more strong and sturdy, especially against the magic use that the academy students would put it through. In normal college, you got wear and tear with your furniture and all kinds of stuff. And in Cathorda, we have wear and tear because firebolts are flying and, people are casting mold earth and all kinds of things. Really horrible for insurance rates. And this balm helped protect mundane inanimate objects from such magic. But it was tainted, and our party found that out. And at the end of the day, we went to take rest and presumably, tell the management, tell the director, or tell other people that, hey, this is this is where this is stemming from. This Eldritch Balm. We should probably get rid of it. It's a bad thing. Unfortunately, we're not going to touch on that exact thing today as we open, because we have to set the paces here with this campaign. We have 3 sessions left, including today. And we're going to have to do a little bit of a time skip. So I will take the liberties of, saying, oh, you guys told the director he was very grateful of the Eldritch Balm thing, and I will give you a brief synopsis of how that all went down. And then we're going to skip several weeks into your stay here at Cathorda, into year 1. But before we start with the time jump and today's session as it progresses chronologically, we're gonna pause on the night that the mimic was killed. That night, after we recovered in the infirmary, and then we took respite in our bunks at the dorms, at the first year student dorms. That night, Refrig, you had taken time out to think about reaching out to your patron. I believe we discussed it at the end of the last session too, about you wanting to speak with your patron and ask their opinion. And they were, it seemed like in that brief little ending, the last session, we stated that the patron, the demonic patron, seemed very happy to hear from you. And all you could really envision as you're speaking with them is that, a smile in the darkness, a toothy smile in the darkness, asking you what you would, what you want. Refrig or Dan, we're going to take some liberties here, and I'll go with you. You go with me. Let's journey back into time, into Refrig's past, into a very, very dark night in Refrig's past. There was several years ago, or a few years ago, you were still really young. How old is Refrig right now, as in present day Cathorda?
Oh, I want to say 25. Is that the age that I had set for myself? Yeah, let's go with 25. Why not? That seems somewhat appropriate.
Okay, sure. Yeah, 25. 25 seems good. So it would probably be at least 6 years ago. Would it seem correct to say that Refrig has been haunted by that night, the night that he fled. Would it be correct to say that the Refrig has been haunted roughly 6 years by that?
I would say so. Yes, it was the first contact, as it were.
Okay. Refrig, you fall asleep the night here after the attack with the mimic, and you feel that familiar feeling as you pass from the land of the awake into a dreamless sleep, because dreams are something that you don't have the luxury for these days. Dreams are for those who don't have a heavy, very hot hand on their shoulder of the fiend. The fiend does not allow you to dream, but the fiend does allow you to do things in your sleep. And the fiend's favorite thing for you to do in your sleep is to pass the essence of those who die around you to the fiend. So as that mimic, as all of you subdued the mimic and destroyed it, killing it, and the magic, the magic that animated it, leaving its body, leaving the chest, and you essentially killed it, right? Or I guess Sigmund dealt the last blow, but the creature died close to you. You knew what would happen when you go to sleep tonight, because when something dies around you, this always happens. A piece of that mimic's essence, its life force, clings to you like dust, like mud, like static, like to your clothing, to your skin, and in your hair. Just a very fragment of that thing's life clings to you. And you knew when you laid down tonight that you would be visited by your patron, because your patron comes to collect that essence, and he's very pleased when he does. So if you were to ask any favors or any questions that you would really want the answer to, you will find your patron in quite the good mood tonight. And unfortunately, I did tell a little bit of a fib earlier. I said that you do not dream. But you know that once you give this essence to your patron, the proverbial boot heel on your neck, keeping you from dreaming, he's so happy to walk away with that life essence that he kind of walks away, and you're able to dream that night. So you get to look forward to two things tonight: contacting your patron and possibly dreaming again. And it's been a long time since you've had a dream. So the first part of this we must address. Refrig, what is your ritual? Is there anything you do before you go to sleep the night after the mimic attack, knowing that these two things are going to happen?
There's a calm after contacting the patron. When they're around, I can feel almost like when you're held up against like an amp, and it's vibrating at a tone that you can't quite hear, but your body can react to it. You feel your whole body vibrate. That subsides, and it's just a peace. And it's almost like there's a ringing in your ears that just starts to go away. You don't even know that you have a ringing in your ears. And as soon as it subsides, it's almost like euphoria. So that there really is no ritual except for relief. There's nothing that I need to do. It's like a reflex where as soon as it's gone, it's just like a.
As you prepare and you get your pre-relief in hopes of netting some good gains tonight. It's almost like a workout, getting them gains. Refrig, you feel sleep overtake you, and the calming and unnervingness of the darkness that follows. The smile becomes a almost physical thing as your mind's eye points into the darkness, and you see the smile. It never comes fully into view, just a silhouette and a smile at the edge of your. I see it. Oh no. Sorry. It's all in the window. Distract. So you see it several feet in front of you, and you see a spectral mist float towards the smile and then dissipate. You will know this as the life essence of whatever died near you. The smile, as it seems to, the darkness seems to absorb this mist. The smile opens and speaks. What can I do for you on this night, Refrig, as you have done for me?
Sorry, could you say that one more time? The sirens went past again. I couldn't hear.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, yeah. The voice of your patron. What can I do for you on this night, Refrig? For you have done for me.
Tell me, O Dark Lord, this substance that coated this thing that you've just consumed, what is it? This eldritch bomb. It seems to be causing some sort of illness amongst the students here. It has us concerned. Is it anything that you're familiar with from your spectral plane?
Let me have this strapping young evil bastard make a check. We'll give him +6. That sounds about right. Or and nat 20 +6. Okay, never mind. Apparently, I've been on their Discord server for a long time. I know exactly what this. Your patron will respond after a brief pause. I do not know in the physical sense of what you say, because what you've given me is pure energy, sustenance, and not a physical thing. But if the bomb that you're speaking of is what I think you are speaking of, then it is just merely a parlor trick. Damn it, he got a natural 20. But due to my vast knowledge, I can tell you that this was created for the sole purpose of tainting.
Tainting?
Whatever was added to your bomb was not originally there. Something wishes to harm those around you.
Very well.
Look for those who concoct magical ailments.
Concoct ailments. You a healer, or there's magic all around this place? It's what the damn place is built on.
Then you'd
Is
best
there anyone?
You'd best have a good eye then. Is there anything else you would ask of me before I devour what you've brought to me?
Tell me, Dark One, I've seen my allies use skills that I've never seen anyone use before. Is there something that I am capable of?
Do you not find yourself above them already?
Yes, but the things that they've done seem uncommon.
Perhaps that's why you're there. Very well. I shall make you even better than them. It's going to cost you, of course.
What is the price?
The smile begins to seemingly back away from you, never turning, but fading into a shadow, even though the whole place is dark, fading into a shadow. And its words as it creeps away. But it has always cost you, dear Refrig. And then you slip from connection with your patron into a beautiful, beautiful sleep. I'm just kidding, silly fucker. You can't have a beautiful sleep. So you're planning on going 2-0 tonight. You're planning on getting some info from your patron, which fuck, man, he had to roll a natural 20. And you're also planning on dreaming like a normal person. Sleep, dream, good shit. Well, you kind of got 1.5 because you slip from your connection to your patron into sleep and into a dream. And unfortunately for you, your dream is more so a memory. You have a feeling that your patron is helping you in your dreaming sleep, almost like normally he just walks away and goes and eats the life essence of what you brought him. In this case, he came back just to like, boot you in the head once and then go away. As your dream is more of a somewhat focused and twisted memory. Right here we get to the crux of Refrig. As your dream opens with the sound of roaring fire and the spectacle that is the house that you were in as a child several years ago, when all this started, the night that you met your patron, the night that you and your friends toyed with what you should not have toyed with. You remember, you were in the living room or one of the living rooms of the large house that you were in with the other children. Why were there multiple children there? Did you grow up in like an orphanage, or was it just a hangout at friend's house, or what? Why were you in this
No,
large
actually.
house?
In fact, I was one of the outsiders in the town. The children had approached me because they said that the ritual that they wanted to sacrifice the ritual that they wanted to commence was some sort of abnormal thing, and they needed someone impure. Because I was a half-breed, I was selected as being the participant.
That's unfortunate. What else is unfortunate is that you're pretty good at what you do. The children invited you over, kind of as maybe a mockery. I mean, it might not have occurred to you at the time, but it's kind of like, hey, let's get the weird kid to come over. Yeah, let's do some cool Ouija board shit. We're so edgy. Yeah. And they invited you over. They're like, cool, let's get a ghost. Can you make a ghost appear? Let's kind of zoom in on that. We were just going to touch on it. You and I were discuss it, but let's kind of zoom in on that situation, because this is probably something you'd be thinking as you're standing in your dream, looking at a blazing house. That night you were invited over. There were 5 other children. There was Alvin, there was Simon. I think Theodore was there. And the other 2, we don't want to talk about them. They were, they just weren't pleasant to deal with. But yeah, those are the 3 names you can recall. So Alvin, Simon, and Theodore were sitting there, and they were taunting you. Or not taunting you, but I'm sorry, trying to convince you. Come on, we got this Ouija board, and we want to summon a ghost to talk to us. How cool would that be? You know how to summon ghosts, don't you?
I've never done anything like that in my life.
Oh, that's okay. We know you can do it. We believe you have something special, right, Theodore? And he's Alvin's bumping the rather stout stocky dwarf friend of his. And then, that's right, Alvin. Yeah, you could do that. We think you're so skilled. We think you're so skilled. Yeah, you can help us summon a ghost to talk to. What do you say?
I guess I can try.
Cool. Put your hand on the wedgie piece. All right. Oh, you got both hands on it. You're practically a veteran at this. This is great. Put your hands on the Ouija piece, and as soon as you put your hands on it, what are those things called? Someone actually told me the name of what that piece is, and it blew my mind. Erica, was it when we did game night? Lane knew it or something.
Yeah, Lane knew. I forgot though.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember it either. But there's a name for it. Who would have thought? Okay, so the Ouija piece, and as you do, you feel it begin to Nobody else has their hands on it yet, just you. It begins to slide around the board in some like weird pattern of letters, and it's going very fast. It's pulling you very fast. Then Theodore, fucking Theodore, what an asshole. Theodore, the elven child, says, I think he's faking it. Look at him go. Look at him go. Judging you, that fucking Theodore. And as the children are looking at you skeptically, like, oh, come on, man. We wanted you to help, and you're fucking it up. What's going on in your head?
I'm terrified. The planchette is dancing around the board to the point where I was like, guys, I can't stop it.
As you say that, or immediately after you say that, it stops. It stops on yes, on the word yes. And then it quickly flies between a bunch of letters. This time, not like indiscernible N, N, 7, Z, R, I, whatever. This time it's very easily recognizable. LETMEIN. And then the piece slowly starts drifting towards yes, and it stops right before it gets to the word yes. Right before the viewfinder hits the word yes. It stops, but the piece shakes in your hands or on your fingertips. And it's like it's pulling towards the word yes, but does not make that final push.
I look around at the room and all the other children that are clearly wanting me to do something.
They're looking,
and I
what are you going to do?
pull it the rest of the way. I allow it to fully encompass the word yes.
You push the, thank you, Erica, planchette. And yeah, thank you, Dan, for audibly pointing it out. You push the planchette, that last inch, over the word yes. And as soon as you do, the board, the planchette, in the table it was resting on, all burst into flame. Planchette, still touching your fingers, bursts into flame. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't even bother you. There's no nerve response to it. The kids start freaking out. How do you react? The house begins to start, the fire begins to spread from the table. What is your first thought?
I begin spinning around thinking, how this isn't a ghost? How what's causing this? Did the fireplace, did someone not take the stew off in time? And
my mom's gonna be so
seeing
pissed.
all my friends.
Ah! Kids are screaming.
All of a sudden, these children that brought me there to make fun of me and use me as some sort of half-breed. I'm terrified, but for some reason I'm at peace with it. The flames are cleansing. It's not just that I'm watching people burn. It's like it's doing it for me.
As the flames dance for you, Refrig.
I'm not mad.
As you find some kind of peace in this and the flames dance for you, you hear...
It's terror and it's peace at the same time.
Ooh, okay. You hear a voice from behind you, but it's almost like it's in your head. Watch. Learn. Listen. And
who is that?
It just repeats itself again when you question it. Watch. Learn. Listen. And as you stand there, the kids start freaking out and they start running around. A curtain that's on fire leaves there was some kind of tension held with the rod that held the curtain up, and the curtain rod falls and knocks Theodore to the ground. Theodore gets knocked out. Let's see, what's the little one? What's the little stocky dwarf dude? Fuck. No, that's Theodore. Okay, Simon. Simon runs over. There we go. I hate Simon. You know what? I've been telling you about him for years. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. So Simon runs over and holds Theodore in his arms. You fucking freak! What are you doing? What did you do?
I didn't do it. I'm not doing it.
As you say that, the part of the ceiling caves in on poor Simon and Theodore. And they go out of view. No graphic shit here, but they just go out of view, right? As that happens, you see Alvin running over to get his father's, you know what? Let's say his father's favorite wood chopping axe. Theodore, or damn it, chipmunks. Alvin runs over at you with this axe in his hand. You're gonna pay for what you've done. I'm saving my friends. What do you do?
I say, no, and I hold my hands up as if I'm going to prevent an axe from not going through my skull.
Watch, learn, listen. As the axe would surely look like it's coming down on you, you open your eyes, and it's you in the dream, not you back in there. That memory's over. It's you standing outside of the house in your dream, holding your hands up. You look at the house burn in the distance. There's no, you're not sure how you got out of there in that, back then. But you don't hear any kind of weird agony or any of that stuff happening. You just feel the warmth of the fire. And you feel that same calming presence. That same, I understand you. I believe in you. I will take care of you kind of thing. And then you wake up. So much for a happy fucking dream, Refrig. You ruined it. So you wake up the next morning here in Cathartic Academy. And you remember you remember what happened to you. You could have tried to save those kids, but you stood there and you watched. And you learned that they were judging you the entire time. And you listened to them continue to judge you even to the end. If they would have just gave you a chance, you could have saved them. But you know what? You took the other route. But the other route has netted you awesome gifts. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Okay, in your journal, I'm going to add them right now. You will find that you have 2 new abilities. And Marcella, there we go. Not Marcella, but I was just going down and looking through the names here. Okay. Your combat ability, the one you asked for. I mean, you asked to be stronger. You asked your patron, I need to be stronger. I want to be better than everybody else. And he said it's going to cost you. Well, fiends really kind of deal in blood, right? So you have the ability to boost both your ability to hit things and the damage you deal to them. But boy, is it going to cost you. So I gave Zach an ability called Friend in Me because, it's very Toy Story. Zach is very, or not Zach, but Nerif is very Toy Story, very loving, and it's wonderful. Unfortunately for you, you've got Fiend in Me, and because you're not so wonderful. But the Fiend in you does grant you some additional, ability to hurt things. When dealing damage with a Warlock spell, you can add a bonus to your attack or damage roll equal to your Charisma modifier. You then lose hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. This ability must be used after the spell is cast, but before the DM declares the outcome. Questions?
Got it. Okay. So it does not stack with, or does it stack with Agonizing Blast?
It will stack.
Which I recently acquired.
Yep. This is its own ability.
Oh my.
Yep. So at this point, what's your charisma bonus? 2 or 3? Or charisma
3.
Ability modifier. So you can deal 3 additional damage or add 3 to any attack, but you take 2 damage every time you do it.
Okay. Okay.
That is your combat ability. Your role play ability is Tainted Tellings. Oh man, you could just speak so smoothly In fact, you can speak smoothly when your patron is happy enough to give you his blessing. And guess when he's happiest? When you
After he's
feed
fed.
when you feed him life essences. As an action, you gain the advantage on charisma skill checks for 1 minute. All charisma skill checks for 1 minute. When a creature dies within 30 feet of you, a small fraction of its essence clings to you. The next time you take a long rest, your patron absorbs that essence, and you regain the use of this ability. You cannot absorb this essence from constructs, fiends, plants, or undead.
Very good.
I'm pretty sure that what are mimics? Monstrosities? I'm pretty sure they're monstrosities. So that's it. So you are able to be a silver-tongued devil. This is
What
charged
else?
up for you, right? Yeah, this is charged up for you right now. You
Very cool.
know, you might have forgot to use this prior to now because you hadn't had one charged up, right? You hadn't had the essence
Mm-hmm.
given, and that's fine. But now that something
Gotcha.
died near you, you knew. Oh yes. Okay. Refrig, you awake the next morning. Okay. We are the next morning is day 3 here in Catharta Academy. Unfortunately for us, we're not going to really address day 3 a whole lot. We're not going to live it out. We're not going to go through the conversation of you going to talk to, or you speaking with the director during class, during Draconic Studies in the morning, or all that stuff.
Day 3 was crazy, guys. You won't believe it. We can't air day 3 legally on this channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a day.
It's a Red Band trailer somewhere.
Yeah.
Kyle, if you're about to time skip, there's something I would like to do in that interim that should be very quick.
Oh yeah, no, I'll before we actually time skip, I'll let you know. I'm just giving a quick
Okay.
recap of what you're missing, and that might even change what you're gonna do. Yeah, but I will let any of you physically do stuff, because, especially since you hit level 2. So maybe you want to do stuff with your abilities. And Eric, I'm guessing I know what you want to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next morning, despite what happens in class or what all of you would do about yesterday's activities, telling people about the mimic or discussing the disease that happened in the talk with the disease that's been happening, that all seems to get cleared up. The director, anything you tell him, he just kind of, I know things are a little weird right now. We're straightening it out, and don't worry. Thank you for the information. We will take it under advisement. We appreciate it. But it seems like things are going to get better now because Vanileth, or not Vanileth, Ilalin, Professor Ilalin has come up with a cure for the disease, and it seems like things are going to get better now. So that's the outcome of what happens, and nothing happened to the kid, the strange little kid, Stephen Univerd. Nothing happened to him over that. He was just casting prestidigitation. It was all an Eldritch Bomb thing, no biggie. But all of you are recognized as being everyone's appreciative that you helped with the attack. That being said, Refrig, you went through a rather rough night between your dreams and speaking long distance with your patron. Let's touch on a couple other things. Eric, I know we have stuff to address with you. Let's go with something. Start with something else I know needs addressed. Nerif, I know you took the rabbit. I know they don't know.
Yes.
I know you took the rabbit from the scene of the attack. What would you TLDR? What would you have done with to the rabbit that night?
TLDR for the rabbit, I'm gonna go ahead and I put it on like my cabinet cupboard, kind of on top of it, just a little bit away. So if you open the door and walk in, you don't see it, but I can see it. I can always see it because I want to run some tests on this thing and see if I could implant. Well, I won't say it actually. I've got to do magic-y things.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you set it up there as and you're able to keep an eye on it. It doesn't take long for something to happen that night. You have a dream, and then unlike Refrig's dream, it's a pleasant dream of that rabbit, that stuffed rabbit. It's almost like a parody dream. The stuffed rabbit kind of toddling through the courtyard in the in Catharta Academy, the large courtyard in the center. You and it running towards each other and hugging each other, and that's it. It's like a happy dream. There's no weird, morbid events of it, but it just gave you good vibes. It's like that rabbit, even though it looks strange because it was warped with magic, it's just a good vibe kind of dream.
Oh, one last thing I forgot to say. I cast Mending because I know it took some damage from a lot of people. So I just gonna cast Mending on it, just kind of fix it up here and there because I'm not good. Well, I guess I am good with a needle and string since I made that camo suit. But I'm gonna just do Mending, fix it.
Oh, the ghillie suit. A good ghillie suit. Okay, awesome. So that happened. That happened the night you found a connection with this stuffed rabbit, and there it sits, quietly and calmly, there. Okay, and so we have Refrig, Nerif, and Morchella. What did you go through that night? You were banged up pretty bad. You should have died. I mean, you should have went down an additional time, I should say. Morchella, how did you process the after the attack that night, TLDR?
She actually didn't go back to her bed to sleep that night.
Mm-hmm.
She went not really in the caves, but somewhere kind of like along like the unkept borders of the academy, like kind of like parkoured a little bit down a cliff face, just so she wanted to just be somewhere no one would find her, in nature, hopefully somewhere covered by moss. And she used mold earth to kind of like cover most of herself with some nice dark damp peat.
Okay, that is not hard to do.
And that's how she slept. Yeah, just like in a cocoon, but her face was like exposed,
like tucked in by the earth. Okay.
Yeah, really cozy, like a weighted blanket, but with dirt.
Okay, Morchella, yeah, you parkour around. These caverns are not like completely smooth, and especially if you start to go in the path of the material, that cavern that you guys went to before, there's lots of vegetation. You could easily, before you head in there, right outside, you could, there are a lot of little ledges and stuff you could tuck yourself up into, and you nestled yourself in for a very quiet night for Morchella, nestled in your weighted blanket of earth. Awesome. And Sigmund. Oh, dear Sigmund, what would you have done the night of the battle?
Slept like a baby, knowing that the book was saved.
Yes, the most important member of the team that day was saved, and you did save the book, but your sleep wasn't completely uninterrupted.
Ooh.
Sigmund, you
get a second power. Oh my god. You heard it. You heard it.
2 more powers every session. You feel like something jar you to sleep. Like your pillow has been it's kind of pushed your head up, and you awake. You look around for a few seconds, and when you put your head back down, because nothing's going on, you realize that your pillow is not quite sitting the way it was. This is something that I was supposed to do several sessions ago, and I forgot until now. So guess what? Housekeeping. You try to adjust your pillow. You put your hand under your pillow to kind of fluff it up, adjust it to the way it was. It has to be perfect because Sigmund wants comfort. And you notice that there is something underneath your pillow. And what is there? There we go. You find that there is a note underneath your pillow. It's all balled up and like a wad. It's a like ball of paper, as to maybe purposely make you uncomfortable in your sleep. And here is that paper in your notes right now, or in your journal right now.
Okay, am I supposed to read it out loud, or is it secret?
Sure, go for it. Yeah, this is yeah.
This is the noob's boons?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll rough like 3 a.m. voice. I'll just whisper in the door. Newbies, you be. Trixie, are we? give you boon for your guessing to help you be crafty.
And in that
Is this a
clump
scroll of disguise self? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, this is going to be so useful. I'm going to stick the scroll of disguise self in my cloak, which is hanging on a chair next to the bed.
Okay.
And then I will lay back down and I'll just sort of ponder, like, wow, I wonder who the tricksy goblin is that snuck into my room. And then it'll set in after a little bit, like, wait, there was a tricksy goblin in my room. Who's a... And then my night is just going to be, it's going to be an uncomfortable sleep for the rest. Every little noise and sound, I'm going to be like, oh,
what was that? What was that?
He's back.
Yeah, I had to go back and watch and see who the first one who said Boons was, whose first guess was Boons, back when we had the letter thing, the letter puzzle thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went back and saw that Sigmund was the first one to verbally guess Boons.
It's my big brain.
I think so. At least I hope I gave it to the right person. It was either Sigmund or Refrig. Refrig, if it was you, I apologize.
I'm just going to give it to Glyph. Then we'll all win.
I had it written down, but guess what? You know, it's in notes. It's buried in the archives. Okay, cool. Sigmund. So other than that, you have protected a book. You now have been rewarded for your guesswork. And strangely, because now you know people watch you when you sleep. Good luck with that. Okay. And Eric, Madros, that night, you've been waiting to do something. Madros, what's going on for you that night? You've won battle. I mean, you didn't go down. So
yeah. Did I happen to see how late the gift shop is open?
well, after the attack, that whole shutdown, everything shut down.
Okay. Well, then we'll just say during whatever indiscriminate time skip is probably the next like day or two, I would have used my House Aresius quill to like divvy out at least 400 gold. You said, I think, that those books and that sword costed like 300 a piece, right?
You know what? Whatever. I actually don't remember. Whatever prices I gave you are what they are. So if that was the price,
that was like 2 months ago plus.
Yeah, I know. Point. That whole like 6 or 7 weeks that we lost.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's all part of it. Yeah, I can look that up for you then. But I'm sure you had enough for it. We can say that you did, and we'll leave particulars on money. Open to.
Yeah, I would have probably used most of, if not all, the money that was in that quote, because it had 3 charges at 200 a piece for 600 in total. So I would have bought. You said there was like a +1 sword, like great sword there that I could take, I think, or something.
Sure, we'll go with that.
If there's not, then don't let me do it, Kyle. I'm not gonna railroad you.
Just go ahead and get it. If we have to adjust it later, we'll make it something else. It's really not a thing, dude. This is D&D, motherfucker. We make it up. What?
And then I just assumed you kept track of what you had in there, so I didn't realize I was throwing you a curveball.
I have a list of what they have in there, and it's not a great sword +1. But I added stuff in there because I want you guys to be able to get stuff you can use, and a great sword +1 sounds fantastic for a barbarian such as yourself.
Yeah, if you don't want to give me something that powerful, I'll just buy one of the books. I really don't care.
Look, you about got killed by a mimic. I don't feel any remorse giving you a +1 weapon.
All right, so I take that, and then I don't remember what the books were, if they were like for the different schools or what. That's the thing that I'm hazy on with this.
Okay. That's true. Each of them was designated for a specific school, or towards a specific school for a set of spells. That does not mean that you have to be part of that school to buy them. So that is a nice thing. But you would like to take a look at buying one of the books if you have enough. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, awesome. You know, it would be great. And let me take just a brief moment, because I've never done it before every session, and bitch about published adventures, because guess what? That list that I had is nowhere near where you guys are in this fucking campaign. So, I love D&D, but some people want to make things like that a little more handy. Yeah, because I'm the whole way down in like your year 4, and I still don't see it. Okay. Anyway, Eric, we will address the buying of the objects offline. But the fact that you've drawn out, how much money did your quill have on it? Was it 400 gold pieces?
It was 6. It says.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
What the hell is it? It says, as an action, you can use your family quill to draw your family's crest and finished amount of 200 gold pieces springs forth from the magical ink. The quill has 3 charges, so that should be 600.
600. Okay, cool. And you use 2 of the 3 charges, right?
If necessary, I'll use them all. Like, what good is holding on to that down here going to give me? Is sort of Madros's mentality, if not to do what his father said and use it to get ahead. So.
Oh, okay. That's true. Daddy did say money will buy you everything. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we'll take a look at those books then. It's not going to be particularly relevant right now yet, but I will figure that out before.
Well, I also wasn't sure what they did. I wasn't sure if like reading one would give me a spell associated with the schools when I finished the book or whatever. But given that I can't really cast very many, I figured if that was the case, that would be useful. If it's something benign, I'll just buy the weapon and be done with it. But if we can't find it, I was going to use the time skip as a way to read the book in between there, depending on how long we're jumping.
Okay. Yeah, I will. You know what? Whenever we take our break here in a little bit, I will look through this book and find that little shop. But it turns out that like I'm searching through the pages we just went through and it's not there. So that's fine.
Okay.
I'll find it here in a minute. Okay, we'll go through the book end. But you at least got the sword. You at least got a sword.
Okay.
Which if we run into combat, that will be enough to do some shit. Awesome. And after that, after you take the quill and you quietly go about the ritual of summoning the gold pieces. Is there anything else you'd like to do the night of the attack?
Not really, no. Other than just like bandaging what I didn't heal from what's her face. I can't remember the like nurse we saw who doesn't use
Dr. Meeblefoth.
Right.
See, I can remember names that I make up. Ha!
Lana, right. I wrote that name down, just not a ridiculous last name.
That is a wonderful last name.
Gnome racist.
Yeah, that's awful. The Meeblefoths are a respected member down here.
But what's the guidance counselor's name, Kyle?
I didn't make that name up, but I appreciate the call out. I think I wrote it down after that just to try to push myself to remember it.
I wrote this name down because we went through it so many times.
Yes. Mullen.
Does it rhyme with Belinda Barkbeak?
Barkbeak? Let me go down here. Is there? I did write a stat.
You opened up a can of worms that we don't have the time for Kyle to figure out here.
Oh, we do. We do. It will chew at my brain.
I did this exact same thing last week.
Time.
I did the exact same thing to him.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting it to get him like this.
That's okay. It does. It always does. Yeah, whatever her name was, it's in the book. So if anybody would like to know, why actually play the game to know, just look in the book. But I could find that on demand if I need to. But she knows.
It's Mavinda, Kyle. Don't worry about it.
That's okay. I won't. I'll let you guys tell me what the name of the NPC is. And what's okay? So Eric, is there anything Madros would have addressed that night besides the quill?
No.
Okay.
Not of consequence anyway.
Right now is the time jump. As all of you tend to your own personal things after the night of attack, all of you nearly died from fighting a mimic. Maybe at the end of this 4 years, you'll be able to take a mimic on yourself. Or an army of mimics. Who knows? Let's find out by jumping 6 weeks into the future.
Whoa.
So after the next morning, you get a little bit of praise from Director Vanileth on your protection of fellow students and stuff and property yesterday. After that, you not only have Draconic Studies, but each of you goes to your respective other courses that you now have. We have an assortment of other courses that each of your characters has chosen to attend to. But it's not until 6 weeks later until things, seem to pick up a little bit. It's been quiet. There has been no new cases of the sickness, and which is nice. So apparently the director was correct that they had found a cure for it, and the sickness has not been an issue. The Eldritch Balm was tested thoroughly, and then they've come to find out that some of it, a large portion of it, was tainted. They had disposed of it. They said they had disposed of that portion, and that all new Eldritch Balm would not have that issue. So things in campus life seem to come down to an even pace. You're all studying for classes. Of course, Sigmund, you're really studying for classes, and all of you are getting into to different extracurriculars and all kinds of stuff. Morchella, you've been keep waiting for those days. You are quite pissed off that they had closed the proving grounds down for several weeks after these incidences because of the sickness. We can't be having kids fighting and getting each other sick and stuff. But that had recently just opened back up. So hopefully, definitely here soon, we will have some arena stuff. But boy, oh boy, was today, almost 6 weeks to the day of the incident with the mimic, was an eventful day. We opened today, and we'll call it a Tuesday. Why not? We'll call it a Tuesday. We opened today as all of you are managed to catch a lunch period together, or a break between classes. We'll say this is like the lunch break because there's 2 meal breaks in a Catharta day. And this is the lunch break. All of you are between classes. And nowadays, you guys aren't all in the same classes. So, you don't spend entire days together. But between classes, you do manage to bump into each other, quite frequently. And fortunately for you, all of you are together. Again, here we are reunited. We're at Catharta Cafe, and we're all eating lunch. And as all of you are eating lunch, oh boy, Madros, your favorite person in the world. Oh, you're catching up and discussing classes, and your favorite person in the world runs over to you.
Oh God, it's Steven, isn't it?
And the air buzzes with excitement. The smell of coffee, and the smell of coffee. Wow, I'm sorry. As you're sitting at the cafe, you see oh wow, I'm trying to reword this because of locations. You see this individual running up to you, and it is Steven Univerd. It says, Madros, look, all of you are together. I just wanted to say, again, I haven't really spoke to you because you keep ignoring me in class. I wanted to say that I wanted to thank you all again for what you did several weeks ago, and I wanted to let you in on a secret. Madros, do you want to hear a secret?
If you must, Uninerd.
Oh, okay, I must. Thank you. Hi, and the human child goes and nods to all of you. Hi,
wait, he's a child? He's
well, I mean, whatever. 18, I'm old, so 18. Hi, it's great to see everybody again. Come, okay, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Everybody, come over here. Look, it's hiding. Even Calvin can't see it. Over here. And he implores all of you to go away from your table, to go away from your lunch meals, to see something. And this kid he's really serious about this. Hidden from the view of the it says the barista station, but whatever, Calvin's serving line. The table over to the right has been pushed toward the wall, and its chairs haphazardly tossed out of the way. In the middle of the room hop 4 unusual frogs. Each is glowing in vibrant colors: red, blue, violet, and orange, and has been outfitted with a tiny costume. One wears a makeshift cape, another wears suspenders, a third wears a stylish bow tie, and the fourth has a top hat perched jauntily on its head. Someone has used chalk to mark lanes on the floor, and multiple students are trying to corral the frogs into starting positions. It appears that they're trying to organize some kind of frog race with these very strange-looking little frogs. Steven says, "Oh, look, listen, I hear you can make major bank on these kind of things. If any of you would like to get on a frog races, that would be, I just wanted to let you know that it's out there. I'm broke, so I can't do it, but Madras, I bet you would really be happy if you got in a frog race."
Why is this hidden from the?
I was wondering the same thing.
Why are we hiding these frogs from the view of the line cook and
My
the
guess-
other staff?
My guess, Sigmund, would be that because it's gambling, he was first, and not necessarily that it's frog racing. But
There's no student gambling here.
I mean,
So we can raise the dead, but we can't
It's-
gamble. Okay. I
we
like
draw the line at gambling.
we draw the line. It's ruining society.
Loot boxes.
No more loot boxes in games.
What is their starting gold? Because I don't remember like if Marcella's poor or not.
Your starting gold was whatever your default gold would be. It's normally attached
Here.
to your background.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I got a whopping 0.
10.
Yeah, I spent all mine.
If you want to get in on this action, you're gonna have to do it now. It really does a poor job of explaining how this works. All right. Let's see here. So
Do you
the
want
costume-
money? Do
I was
you
gonna
want
s-
magic? Do you
For the
want
race,
frogs?
a single student will coach each frog toward the finish. The winning coach will receive bragging rights as well as a purse of donations from the crowd that totals 30 gold pieces.
You had me at bragging rights.
Ooh.
Participating in a
Animal
race,
Handling?
a character can participate in the fun in one of the following ways. You can race a frog, you can cheer a coach, or you can heckle a coach.
I would like to race the orange one.
Marcella will heckle.
We'll say that there's 7 frogs, even though
Okay.
the book only described, because I want all of you to be able to
Yeah.
get involved. 7 frogs, and yeah, there's 7 different frogs.
What's the buy-in, Steven?
Listen, I'm just a spectator. Go over and ask Chad.
Chad. I thought you were gonna say like Chaz, like the douchiest name imaginable.
Isn't that different?
It's different.
You'd be surprised what the Z does to it.
The Z does wonders. Yeah, as you see over by the frogs, you see a student, a 4th year student, with a
Senior.
what kind of sash would he have on? Who are really assholes? Oh, let's you know what? Let's go with Cyrex. A Cyrex sash. He has a Cyrex sash on. The eye with the
Purple
purple
one.
one with the swirling eyeball in it.
Is that something we would have learned about Cyrex in 6 weeks? Is that
Oh,
they
yeah.
tend to be pompous?
Assholes.
Well,
I'll be polite, but
it's not that they're necessarily pompous. Is that they think everyone else it doesn't are lower thinking because they do not use mind magic or enough of it. So like Cyrex focus on things like enchantment and illusion, tricking people's minds. They find that combat isn't always necessarily the end all be all. They think that they can win wars with just the right amount of mind magic.
I kind of like Cyrex.
And this 4th year student is no different because he sees the inferiority around him and says, "Bah, these are my frogs. You can race if you'd like. It's going to be a steep buy-in. I don't know if you can afford 6 gold pieces.
Madros just kind of reaches in his like leather vest he wears out of like whatever animal hide he's scrounged together, pulls out 6 gold and is like, here's your 6 pieces. I want the one with the top hat.
Oh, that's a fine choice.
A dignified frog if ever there was one.
Very fair. Okay. I
I'll
don't
be
recognize
in
you.
line
Are you
behind.
are you a year 1? I don't recognize you. You do not brandish house sigil.
Oh, he's talking to me now?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
when you hand him the gold, now he's paying attention to you.
I have yet to, yes, I'm a first year. I have yet to be here long enough to choose a house, but door's still open.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. You should really keep your excessive wealth tucked away. Just kind of nods towards your the pouch that you're putting back in your shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes your money. Okay, the top hat is yours. The one with the top hat is yours. Boom. Okay.
I'm behind
any-
Madras in line, so when Madras walks away, I'll be there.
Okay. Oh, wow. You are a strange looking one. Yeah.
I cast command. I use the command word listen.
You cast command on him?
I cast command. I pull out my magic book and I cast mind magic on him.
Okay. Okay. What is that? A wisdom save?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, command is
It's
a
a wisdom save.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay. Make a wisdom save.
All right.
Try it.
Let's give him +4. Only +4. I'll go there. Ooh, that is low.
Ooh, that is lower
Alright.
than my save.
And what is your command word?
The command word is just listen.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wait until I can see he's listening to me, and then I'll dispel the spell. I don't need to force him to listen to me. I just needed to prove a point.
Okay. You cast the spell. You cast the spell on Chad, and let's give him a race. Let's say he is dark elf, tall dark elf fellow.
Sure.
Looking down at you a little bit. He's probably taller for dark elves. It's 6'3" ish, 6'4", and he's looking down at you. You know, my ears are open. You really didn't have to do any of that.
Well, I just wanted to show my devotion for Cyrex and prove that even as a youngling, which I am, I understand. A baby, some might even say. I have power. For there is power. And then I make the words in words appear over my head with a flourish.
A true spectacle you are. What is your name?
Sigmund.
Sigmund.
I heard you were telling my friend Matros there that it is 6 gold to enter the frog race. What if I were to tell you, I pull out a scroll of disguise self, I can up the ante.
Go on, Sigmund.
I will... This is all I got. I'll be honest. It's worth a lot more than 6 gold pieces, but I'm willing to enter it, knowing that I will get it back when I win. Yes, this enters the pot.
Yes, that is correct.
okay.
You would get it back.
Now then, it sounds like I will be going home with my scroll if you'll be willing to take it.
That will be acceptable for your 6 gold pieces. Takes a scroll. A word of advice, Sigmund, if you'd like to eventually be worthy of entry into Cyrex, we use magic because we have to, not to become a spectacle. And at least get better at not letting me know you're using it on me.
Okay, yes. All right. Don't let them know. Okay, great. Noted.
And Chad completely ignores you and like pivots to somebody else.
That's
who's
fine.
asking him.
I got my entry. And I've impressed the Cyrex senior. Ooh.
I'm in with the big kids. But yeah, he seemed impressed that you did all that, and he was unable to prevent it. But a word of caution in your tactics.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Does anybody else want to get in some way, shape, or form on the frog racing? You can race a frog, you can cheer a frog, or you can heckle a coach. Or sorry, race a frog, cheer a coach, or heckle a coach.
I am going to put 6 on the frog and the suspenders.
Oh, okay. Okay. 6 on the frog and the suspenders. Okay, so we have hat, suspenders, and
Oh, my frog. I picked the orange one. I don't remember what it was wearing.
that's fine. We'll go with it. It didn't. It doesn't.
The orange
doesn't say-
tracksuit.
What are you wearing, orange
Works for me. Tracksuit frog.
Yes. Bro. Tracksuit mafia frog. Okay, so orange one, top hat, suspenders. Okay. And Chad takes your 6 gold piece bet. And Morchella, are you participating in any way in this race?
She will interfere.
Okay, sure. So you want to heckle heckle a coach during the race?
I might heckle, but if Nerf isn't participating, she's going to try to scheme with Nerf.
Oh,
okay.
see,
The two of you duck back. What are you talking about?
So, what I wanted to do was I was going to give Refrig 1 bardic inspiration just to kind of, I don't know if this is going to have anything to do with dice or whatever, but I'm just like, just in case. I got the homie.
Okay. Okay, so Refrig, you get a bardic inspiration die. And now remember,
that a performance?
no rules have been announced to this event yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Okay, so bardic inspiration. Nerif, it's Marcella walks up to you as you just get done talking to Refrig. Marcella walks up to you. Marcella.
Hello, mushroom lady.
Nerf, hi. Yes, I probably start. I'm covered in a lot of spores these days. There's just more of them. I don't know what happened. Anyway,
It's very pungent.
it's pleasant. It's what do they call it? Oud. Yeah, it's what people are using
That's what I
these
said.
days.
Pungent. Yes.
Anyway, I think that this spectacle would be like a lot more interesting if you spice it up with some music. Like you're aren't you a bard?
Yes, I am. I love to play on my viola.
Yeah, and if you were able to produce some music that's like louder than my voice, I think that'd be really something. It would really add to this whole experience.
Louder than your voice, but you're very loud.
Yeah, well, she's gonna take a sec.
I'm not sure.
I wanted to
understand.
project. I want everyone in the crowd to hear your. Listen, can you just play a song like really loud, please? She's just like, stop. I'm trying to do something here.
So Nerif, she's really asking you to play a loud song.
Oh, okay then. You just want any loud song? There's nothing, no requests.
I don't know.
Ragnar
that
the
much
Red.
music. No, that one I know, and I'm not a fan.
Okay. So
Well, I
Nerif,
don't know. Wouldn't that maybe scare
Add-
the frogs?
No, I think they'll enjoy it. I think it'll be encouraging. Get them going.
Frogs,
Give
do
them
frogs
something
even have
to
ears?
hop about.
frogs.
They make noises at each other. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't. I kind of just wanted to watch them, but I can go ahead and try to make a bit of noise. Just play a nice song. That sounds like a
Yeah.
good idea. I'll encourage the frogs.
Yes. Great.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay, so Nerif, you'll be playing a nice loud melody in the
Mhm.
back, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Morcella, are you doing? I know I can sense fuckery, but are you doing any of the?
Well, she's
official
gonna
functions?
heckle.
Heckle.
Outside of her fuckery, she will also heckle.
Okay. We will have. You know what? Let me write down something here. We'll have you. Oh wait, how many participants do we have? We have so
3, I think.
Sigmund, Refrig, and Maedros. So there's 3. So that means that there are 4 NPC participants. And
Real fast.
let's,
If
give me
I
some
do this-
names. College names. Go. 4 of them.
Oregon.
Taylor.
What'd you say, man?
Or
Stacy.
Oregon.
Okay, names of people at a college, but okay, Oregon is the name of a person at this college. Check. And 3 more college names. Go.
Stacy.
Okay. I asked for college, not stripper, but we'll take it. Okay. I'm
Bunny.
joking. That's Candy. All right. Next.
Carlos.
Carlos. Okay.
Ted. We got too many names.
How
Ted.
many names?
Check. Good. We're good.
Refrig.
I
thought
know,
you said
what
no
is it
stripper
called?
names.
Also a stripper name.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, love it.
Uh,
Real fast. Can I also encourage Refrig's while doing the song? You know, can the song be specifically an encouragement for Refrig's frog?
I think if it sounds like what Marcella's trying to get you to do will elicit a mechanical response for her, so I would probably say you have to choose. Hold on, let me read this. Mechanically, cheering a coach, a character might shout an encouragement to one of the coaches. If the encouraged coach is another player character, that character gains advantage on their animal handling check to coach the frog. If the coach is an
animal
NPC,
handling.
if the I didn't read the race the frog thing, so it might be more than that. If the coach is an NPC, any characters racing a frog receive disadvantage on their check. Heckle a coach. A character might taunt one of the coaches. If the heckled coach is another player character, the character has disadvantage on their animal handling check to coach the frog. If the coach is an NPC, the student's frog automatically loses the race. And to race a frog, I kind of wanted to leave this till the end, so we don't really know how to game it until game time. So yeah, I'll leave that open right now, or I'll leave that to right now. But
What
knowing that,
surface are the,
knowing
what kind
that
of
Zach.
surface?
Oh, hold on a sec. Zach, what would you like to do? You can play the music, but that's just generally playing the music.
Oh, so I can't make myself a song of the 3 of my best friends here's frogs to encourage all 3 of them with this bodacious banging track.
You can, and it's not even a B-side either. You can play the bodacious track. It's just not going to elicit any of these 3 mechanical responses.
Crap. Okay. You know what? I'm going to play the dummy dum 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 right now. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna play music because you know what? I think it's a good thing, and this is gonna be very weird and quiet if no one can hear. Wait a second.
Okay.
Are we supposed to be quiet? Whatever. Let's do it.
Yeah, for right now, this is kind of on the low. You are betting, and you have somewhat, doing somewhat a little bit of strange things over in a corner of the cafe. And okay, as the event happens, the 3 of you and 4 NPCs line up your frogs and try to get them to stay behind the starting line. Chad comes over and says, "All right, everyone, this is a frog race. We play for keeps. Your frog must stay inside its lane. We will make sure that it stays inside its lane. There will be no spell use by any spectator or by any player. Player? No, not player. Coach. There we go. By any coach. The frogs are going to do what the frogs are going to do. All right, coaches, this is your last moment to speak to your frog. Good luck." Do any of you have anything encouraging to say to your frog?
Suspender coach, do not lose.
So, are we the coaches, or is there a coach?
We're the
talking
coaches.
to?
We're the coaches.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I guess I yell at him on myself.
I was wondering what you were doing.
Yeah.
Top hat Tim, this is your finest hour. You shall hop faster and higher than all the other frogs.
And Top Hat Tim gives you a small gurgling sound. And to race a frog, a character might coach one of the frogs, encouraging it towards the finish line with words, gestures, and other antics. The character can urge their frog to victory with a successful animal handling check. Encourage a player to really sell this scene by naming their frog and coming up with ways to inspire it. If one of the characters succeeds on this wisdom check, the character's frog wins the race. If more than one character succeeds, it's a tie, and those characters split the 30 gold piece prize. If no characters win the race, roll a d4 to randomly determine which frog wins.
Or a D7 in this case.
Is it possible for us to roll nature checks to do this with them, or are we just sticking with the book
You're
rules?
silly. Yeah, we're gonna stick with it. We're gonna stick with it. We
Bah.
can't manipulate the system for barbarians. That's just crazy talk.
I'll I'll whisper to my frog. I'll support him. Yeah.
Okay. What is your frog's name?
Tracksuit Terry.
Tracksuit Terry. We have Top Hat Tim. Referee, what's your frog's name?
Suspicious Pender.
Suspicious Pender.
Boy, taking after his dad here, huh?
Yeah. Jeez. All right. So I have a sneaking suspicion your frog's getting up on like Dateline or some shit. All right. So, okay. As all of you line your frogs up, a crowd of students begins to gather around, and
Kyle,
yes.
sorry. Is fucking Chad the only one here who's like judging this right now?
He seems to be the one running it, but you have seen him have conversations with a few of the other students who are quietly standing along the sides of the
Okay. I was gonna do something if he was the only one watching, but if there's that many people, I'm not gonna do anything.
Oh Lord, no! Everybody's watching. There's like 30 students here.
Well, I meant like the judges anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, make a perception check. Let's get some more checks in here. So, go and make a perception check.
Because there's something I want to try and do, but it could like fuck me. What the hell is going on? I can't.
We'll take a gander and see how much you can glean from the situation.
All right, perception check. You said.
Yes.
This ought to be great.
Okay. You've seen Chad talk to a lot of people, so you're uncertain if or any of these people are involved in running the contest, but there are about 30 people gathered around these lanes of frog travel.
After a brief view of the room, Majors has determined there are people in this.
Yes.
The check's not that bad, people at home. It's just average. It's very, very middling.
Very middling.
I don't want to think he's a low roller.
Okay, awesome. So you three line your frogs up along with 4 NPCs. They will always be making the same check. It doesn't. You know what? I'm going to roll a d20. If it's above a 13, let's give it a DC 13. If it's above a 13, I'm going to give one of those people someone cheering one of their coaches. There we go. D20. Boom. Okay, never mind. None of them have anybody to cheer them. Morchella, what are you doing? Who are you targeting?
What surface are the frogs on?
Stone floor.
All right. Is she able to go somewhere where she can like cast a spell without being seen?
You can cast a spell without being seen. I don't know what spell you're casting, but you won't be able to see. If you're not in the crowd, you won't be able to see the the race because there's 30 kids gathered around this small thing on the floor. So, yes, you can go. You can walk away from the group. You can go right outside the cafe and cast the spell if you'd like. But if it requires line of sight, you won't have that.
All right.
Oh my god! I just realized something that you could have done that would have been amazing, Erica. But I'm not sure. I think it's too late to do.
Wild shape.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Yep.
Just replace the frog with her instead of.
Well, it's not too late. No.
Oh, it's too late. They're lined up. Sister, they're lined up.
No, it's not. It's not. No, she's turning into a snake.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh my. Okay.
That was a witch cackle.
Love it.
She's gonna turn into a snake. And then how many competitors are there that aren't like part of the Maniacs?
4.
Okay. Are they all grouped into one side of the lanes or no?
I mean, yeah, sure. We can say that all 3 of you are next to each other, and then the other 4 are to the left.
All of our frogs.
What's up?
all of our frogs as well.
Yes, yeah, all three. Yeah, your 3 lanes, the maniac lanes are all to the right, and all the rest of the NPC lanes are to the left.
All right, she's gonna become a black rat snake. It's about 6 feet long. And she's gonna she's gonna angle herself to the side of the race where the competitor frogs are.
Okay. Now keep in
She's gonna
mind,
start.
you are a snake, and there are a crowd of 30 children. It's 30 college students standing there watching the race. So far, you're okay.
She's gonna. Well, can she just go up to Nerf and be like, take me over there?
You can before you turn into a snake, but after a snake, you'll just go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like Nerf, can I have a piggyback ride to the other side of the viewing area?
What?
I know I've asked a lot, but
You're
I had to change of plans.
giant. I'm a
Yeah,
No,
halfling.
listen, it's gonna be doable. I'm just gonna look a little bit different, but you'll know. We'll have the look, and you'll know. Okay, let me just give me a moment, and then she's gonna
What
go
are you
wild shape.
I just want to play tasty jams.
And then she's gonna wild shape and approach him as a snake.
Okay.
I love to imagine that your snake has like half orc tusks, like sticking
Yeah.
at the bottom of
And
its
then-
mouth.
Yeah.
The tongue just bats between the two.
Yeah.
So Nara, if you're having this conversation and you're outside the crowd has already gathered around. The race is getting ready to start, and Morchella has come over to you and asked for a piggyback ride. And you explain your concerns. She turns into a snake and slithers over to you, and like looks up at you and urges you to pick her up. What do you do, Nerif?
Why are you now a snake friend? Don't understand. And you're just making that head movement. I don't understand.
She's just gonna start sticking her tongue out.
I'm so confused. So you needed a piggyback ride as a snake?
Nope. The snake's head bobs up and down. Mm-hmm. The snake confirms. Okay, Nerif, how do you interpret what you need to do?
I'm trying not to metagame this. I'm trying to be Nerif right now. Okay. Are you trying to be part of these tasty jams? Oh, sweet. All right, yeah, let's do this. As I go ahead and just pick up this snake. How big is this snake now? Is this bigger than me?
6 feet.
6 feet long.
It is. This snake is bigger than me.
It can coil.
Pretend it's like a scarf or something. Yeah.
I'm very comfortable with a snake wrapped around my throat. Yes. All right, fine. But see, the problem with me, though, is that I don't know she's trying to be sneaky. So I'm just going to grab the snake and I'm going to lift it on my shoulders. And I'm just going to kind of stomp, trying to drag this big snake.
It's not like a python, Zach. It's just like a long, like rat snake.
But he's like a halfling, right?
I'm a halfling.
Yeah, but halflings are squat and nimble.
But it's
They're stout.
proportionally, it's a very large snake.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a 7-year-old child size or something.
How far away are those?
It doesn't weigh as much as a child, though.
I am a halfling is 3. I am 3 feet tall. This thing is double my length.
It
Dan,
wraps up.
To
It's
answer
like-
your question,
it's
yeah,
awful.
Dan, to answer your question, they're outside of your view. Like, the three of you are on the race line.
Right. Okay.
So the halfling comes tottering into the crowd. Zach, what is Nerif doing? Like, this is all because you can't communicate with her. So this is all your interpretation of the
She's
snake
gonna
is on
try
your
to
shoulder.
tug him towards the side she wants to be on.
That's true. If you're coiled around him and you like just kind of pull your
Like a ratatouille moment.
She's just pulling me. I'm just confused. I'm holding my viola. I'm like just confused. Why?
Have the frogs left in all this
No,
mess?
no.
You know,
Race, that'd be
where
good.
we Erica kind of wanted to do this leading up to the start, so we're getting
Right.
the frog. Everybody's getting their in positions. You guys were talking to your frogs and getting ready to start. And
It's a very
I really feel like
Sigmund's got a
Morchella.
very long speech to give his frog. Okay.
Oh my god! I really feel like Morchella should have explained this plan to
Oh, no.
Nerif before she wild shaped into a snake.
I think it's better that she didn't, because this
It
is
is
way
better.
better than him doing what's supposed to happen. Okay, so Marcella, you begin to tug on Nerif's neck, and let's say you're like going through the crowd, and the race line is in front of you. All 7 lanes are in front of you. You can't quite see it yet, but where do you want to go? The NPC racers are the first 4 lanes on the left. The PC racers are the last 3 lanes on the right. What are you trying to guide Nerif to do?
Towards the NPC racers.
Okay. So Nerif, you are being pulled by the snake around your neck through the crowd. And let's see. Let's see how the crowd feels about the snake walking through them. Let's see. Let's give this a DC 11. And let's just do a straight D20 roll. If it's below 11, the crowd is a group of people who don't want a snake weaving in and out of them.
Am I?
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a magic school, so they don't seem too affected or too like
Familiar.
distressed to see a snake around your neck, because after all, it's around your neck. And as the snake guides you through the crowd, Nerif, you feel Morchella pulling you.
Yeah, ignore that.
Right,
Ignore that.
kill
Sorry,
the snake.
I accidentally clicked that.
And then you have 2 snakes.
Yep. The snake gets cut in half, and so does Nerif.
Two of our party down.
But now there are 4. Now you have 4 extra, 4 people in the party, or additional people. So you are guided through, and Nerif, you and Morchella emerge from the crowd right behind the players, or I'm sorry, coaches. That includes NPCs and player coaches. So Morchella, you have now reached behind. You are probably 30 seconds from the start of this race.
My intent is to heckle as Snake, so I'm just gonna start hissing in people's ears when they don't as soon as the race starts. And
Okay.
freak them out.
Well, remember, they're going to be walking with their frog down the lane, because that's kind of you as the coach, as you're trying to get your frog to keep going, and you keep walking down the lane with it. So they won't
Yeah.
be standing in the same spot the whole time.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, as long as I just want their frogs to hear me, because I want to like the hissing.
Why
noise
not
to-
just go after their frogs? I totally.
Well, 'cause if there's just a snake on the field that got stomped on.
Yeah. If a snake rolls out in the field, there's no way they're going to let it go. Especially since they've already warned no magic, no interference. Okay, so we'll have you heckle one of the NPCs, lanes 1 through 4. Pick your number.
2.
2. Okay, so lane 2. So as you have your viola, Nerif, you have your viola out, you're ready to play. You keep trying to get ready to strum the first note, and then your neck keeps getting tugged. Morchella tugs you. You get to the starting line. Nerif, as Morchella begins to like slink out away from you and heckle one of the coaches, do you then start playing, or do you wait?
I'm just very confused at this whole point. I'm thinking, does Morchella want me to play here behind the people? I thought I would have to be closer to the front, but I could play right here. And I'll assume I'm going to be standing behind number 3.
Number 3.
And I'm just going to start belting out some theme. I don't know, the thong song, like.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a
Very
good one. I would play that if we weren't on stream. The bardcore version of Thong Song. That was a good one. Yep.
That was a good one.
And I've been researching songs that Zach could play. You could play The Long Toad to Ruin, or
nice.
That Lonesome Toad.
I like that Lonesome Toad.
Oh, Old Town
Frog
Toad.
Me Amadeus.
Hold down, Toad. Jesus.
Hold down. All right, that wins.
Okay. So as you cue up your Toad-related melody, and the snake slithers out and begins to fuck with the one coach. We'll say small, tiny, teeny trumpet, aka thaumaturgy. The horn blows and the race is on. Now we're going to take a quick little break. Quick break. 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Quick break. We'll see everybody back here in a few minutes. Welcome back. It's frog race time. Da-da-da. Okay, we're back with Catharta Academy. Quelmar first class. Bam. We're getting ready to have a frog race. The horn has blown, and the rules according to the Strixhaven book are 1 check. Well, I say poppycock to that. And it's going to be 3 checks. And as explained by the rules giver of the event, Chad, the Cyrex 4th year student. No spells. No spells. You can't manipulate with your stuff with spells. It just so happens that Nerif added a bardic inspiration to one of our coaches,
Which is a class feature, not a spell.
correct,
Mhm.
and would probably not register as anything spellcastery like. So, any innate abilities that are not spells and don't have like somatic components that can be seen and whatnot tend to get you can get away with that here. Everything was happening all at once. We had the Morchella now transform into a snake, is lunging out and distracting one of the coaches, coach number 2. And we have 3 of our player coaches, and Nerif is attempting to distract coach number 3. We are now beginning. Why the fuck did I close the book? We're now beginning the race official. The 3 players, I need you each. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. 3 rounds. Your sum of these 3 rounds is going to determine who wins. The player, NPC or PC, with the highest sum out of the 3 rounds is going to be the winner. I'm going to give those of you distracting, both Morchella and Nerif, a chance at each round to do something. So if you would like to find a way to further distract or further boost one of the players during each of these rounds, you may do so, but you have to find a way and not get caught. If it involves magic. Holy shit, we got frogs on screen. What? All right, awesome. Good job. Good job, James. Okay, round 1. And by rounds, I mean this is just like the track. This is the first third of the track. As the horn blows and the frogs, some lunging off the chalk and going on and going down the track, and others just kind of sitting there and not paying attention to anything. It's your job, coaches, to coach your frogs in the correct direction or scare them or whatever your tactic is. Animal handling checks from all 3 of our players. Our hecklers, a character might taunt one of the coaches, disadvantage on the... Okay, I'm going to make a roll for 2 of the NPC coaches. Morchella and Nerif, I need you to roll... you know what? Why don't you roll animal handling checks in accordance with, on your character sheet, roll them as if you were doing them yourself, but do them with disadvantage. And these will be the roles of the NPCs. I'm going to give my 2 NPCs a +1.
Ooh.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
Where is Dan's role in that? Did he even...
Nope, he was just enamored by that nat 20.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I mean...
Doesn't matter.
I love that James has a +5 in animal handling somehow. Like, how did he predict this?
Knowledge cleric, baby.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, he has the knowledge cleric shit.
I have proficiency in animal handling.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
Flip open a book about frogs real fast. All right, everything I need to know. I mean, I rolled a 5, so I'm screwed anyway, but not the worst of the round.
Now let's look up at these. So, Zach, did you roll a second time? Because remember, your coach has disadvantage on the roll.
I didn't roll a second time. I just clicked disadvantage and then I clicked animal handling.
Oh, okay. If you already rolled, yeah, yours is popping up. I don't understand where that kind of. I don't see the formula. It's weird. Is that charactermancer thing now? That's weird.
No. He didn't roll.
It's average. Oh, that's hit points. I'm dumb. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I'm like, his thing looks right to me.
Yeah, no, that's me. That's me. That's me. I was not. I was the whole way up at the average hit points thing. Okay, so I was the first one to roll by the. No, that's not the right roll either. There
Zach
we go.
was.
Yep.
Okay.
I love that him and Morcella rolled the exact same two numbers.
Amazing. And better than all of y'all.
I know.
It was the snake scales that we're just
There we go.
we're connected now.
Okay, so Zach, as the race begins, you start blaring your music super loud right behind one of the coaches. Instead of getting down there with his frog and encouraging the frog to go, 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 he is instead jumps up almost out of his britches as you start blasting your viola right behind him. He looks over at you with a scowl, kind of like, dude, come on, I'm trying to race here. His total is a 12 for round 1. And what number was that? Zach, you said number 3, right? 1, 2,
Yes, number 3.
3, 4. Okay, so number 3, round 1 has a 12. Morcella giving disadvantage to, boy, you guys rolled the exact same thing. Giving disadvantage to the one that you snaking. You slither out in front of the crowd and start distracting the coach number 2. Making the, let's say it's a girl who probably looks like a 18, 19-year-old girl who is what is she? We'll call her Elvin. An Elvin, like high elf girl, trying to coax her frog off the starting line. And then she looks back and sees you and, oh, a snake, hi, and completely forgets about her frog and starts coming over and bends down, squats down and puts her hands on her knees and is looking at you. Where you look lost. Are you okay? And starts talking to you and is completely distracted and rolls a 12 as well. You guys can, we'll play off this like RP wise whenever we're done with the actual mechanical rules. Okay, for my part, number 1, and I rolled 4 times. I forgot I don't have the other coaches don't have disadvantage. Coach number 1 rolled an 18.
Jesus.
18. This one has been training for a long time. It's a 3rd-year student, and let's say his name is Booker T. Booker T, the 3rd-year student, has been training for a long time and is really good at frog racing. He's on the circuit. And the second one, even better than Booker T, is NPC coach number 4 is Bam Bam. Okay. And Bam Bam is a longtime frog enthusiast. We'll go over, another time we'll talk about his backstory. But yeah, so Bam Bam is his frog is off the chalk and running. Boom. Okay, those are our NPCs. Now let's take a look at our actual player character coaches. Or maybe not. James. I mean, Sigmund. Come on now. Sigmund!
Frogs are weird! They don't have frogs where I come from. I'm used to lizards.
Oh, that could be
and snakes.
That's a completely different race.
There's no swamps near me.
So, Sigmund.
I'm not a swamp hag.
Round 1 is a 10.
Am I?
Madros. Round 1 is an 11.
Too bad we're not racing against just each other.
Yes, yeah. Refrig. Round 1 is a 7. Now, all of you, you have not only have a lot of gold on the line, but you also have a scroll on the line here.
Well, one of us has a scroll on the line.
That's true. That's true. No loss for you on that one. All of you, the 3 of you that are racing the frogs, look over and see that the 2 of the NPC students are just launching it. Just bam! Your frogs are going. Your frogs seem a little slow to the game on this, and they're moving, but kind of getting distracted and moving a little bit. And then one's looking at its toe, like, "Oh, look at that! It's a new thing!" Whoa! It's.
I didn't have that when I was a tadpole.
Exactly. Where did my tail go? Ah, crisis. So yeah, they're going through some stuff. Now, that's the first third of the race. as the three of you see that things are not looking good, and by the way, Nerif, or I'm sorry, Refrig, just remember at some point during this race, I would recommend using your bardic inspiration.
Oh.
As the second leg of the race, what would our hecklers, currently hecklers, you don't have to keep heckling. What would you like to do for round 2? As the frogs, you can survey the area and see what's going on. You see your party members, frogs, are really lagging behind. The ones that you've heckled, good job heckling, because they are the 2 slowest out of the NPC groups. And then you see 2 other ones. Man, they're really going. What would you like to do? Let's start with Nerif. Nerif, what would you like to do?
I am, you know what? He's just really mad at me, and I'm just like, oh, I guess he didn't like that song. So I'm going to think of a different song to play right behind him again. And I was like, maybe something just as loud, though. Just really want to make sure he hears it.
Well, Nerif, you're going to have to change your tactics, because that guy that you distracted, he's a third of the way down the track right now. He's not even right by you. Remember, they moved down with their frogs.
Oh, they did.
So and Morcella's got to change her tactics as well, or she can try to distract them, and then possibly we'll see how that would go.
Get stomped.
Be like a mosh pit. But yeah. So how would you like to change your tactics? I mean, this is pretty demanding to ask of you on the fly, but guess what? It's happening.
So
10.
No spells, right?
9. I mean, that's the rules, but
that's the rules.
8.
Would vicious mockery be noticeable, since it's just insults? Because this guy was very mean to me, so I'm going to insult him using vicious mockery. And it might just so happen to have a little bit of magic in there.
Well, I'll tell you, you would know this as Nerif, one that's casting vicious mockery. I
don't want him to take.
You could attempt to make a stealth check. Vicious mockery only has verbal components, so you do not have to make hand gestures. So if you try to slip vicious mockery into one of your songs, you could try to make a performance check. That's it. A performance check to not be noticed that you're casting the spell. Now, you have to commit to this. If you make this performance check, you're casting vicious mockery, for better or worse. Is that your final answer of what you'd like to do for round 2?
And it's going to hurt this guy? Because I just saw it's 1d4.
That's true. We can make it just distracting.
Yeah,
you throw the rules.
I just want to go ahead because he was just very, very mean to me, and I'm just gonna call him a bunch of bad things for yelling at me, because that wasn't very nice.
Okay, go ahead and make a performance check to do so. Ooh, a 13. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta make a DC, don't I? Holy shit. Here's the DC. Ken, is a 13 above that? I think so. Okay. Yeah, you sly dog, Nerif. You slip into was it Old Town Toad? You slip into the Old Town Toad. An extra line of dialogue. You would think it was in the bridge. Oh no, it went right into chorus and nobody noticed. You slip in vicious mockery. And out of all the people listening, some reason the NPC, what lane? Oh, here's a good question. What lane are you targeting? Remember the rules. The outcome is based on the winner is the coach with the largest sum after all 3 rounds. Which coach would you like to affect with this?
I would actually like to affect the first coach, or the first one, like one that's in the lead, just because I'm like, I don't like how fast he's going, that he's beating my good friends. Okay. That's not very nice of him.
Okay, so it's coach number 4, and okay, you would affect them. Okay, So they have a D4 minus a D4 on this next round. Check.
Okay.
Okay. Morchella, you're gonna have to change your tactics. You slithered in, you got the job done, you did great, but now you're out in the open, you're exposed, you're a snake amongst not snakes.
Yes.
And
But I'm still distracting this coach, right?
well, I mean, the coach just moved away from you. She was distracted and she's like, oh, I gotta go, I'm racing. Oh, you're so cute. And then she got up and walked over to her toad and was crushing it right now.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. She's not crushing it. She's still doing shitty. But yeah, she went back to the race.
She's gonna go try to get back on Nerf's shoulders and heckle the second fastest, because they're in the next lane over, right?
Correct. Well, no, they're in the first lane. The second fastest is lane 1, and then you guys heckled 2 and 3, and then lane 4 was the fastest. The problem is lane 1 is far away. You're gonna have to Morchella, you're gonna have to change your tactic because Nerif is in lane 4, heckling lane 4. What are you gonna do?
Oh, and I'm in lane 2.
Oh yeah, you're in lane 2. Yeah, you need to, if you want to heckle lane 1, you need to go to that coach. How would you like to heckle them?
Sneakily.
Okay, make a stealth check as your snake.
Oh shoot! Wait. I don't know what I add to that. Well, it would fail regardless.
Yeah, I would wager that one is not going to get up high enough to actually. Okay, Morchella, you're as a snake. You follow. You're like, oh shit! I see one getting in the lead. You quickly slither over, try to be quiet, try to be stealthy, but you hear a kid yell from the crowd. What the fuck is that? Oh no, that's a snake!
Oh god damn it! I didn't
Chad.
think this through.
Chad throws a firebolt at you.
What? He knows firebolt?
Firebolt's a cantrip. Chad knew firebolt before you were born. Actually, no, that's not right. Oh, he might have. He's a dark elf, so maybe he's lived that long. Oh, I'm gonna guess a 19 hits a snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many hit points does a snake have?
I assume like 2, because it's like a tiny creature. Like I didn't.
You mean like that too?
Did you get exactly? Wow. No, I have to look it up now.
Yeah.
Because it
That's
might be
okay.
3.
I'm doing that, Erica.
Oh no.
Okay, so what we're gonna say, because you failed, that Chad throws a firebolt at you, and regardless of the outcome, you are unable to help, or unable to give lane 1 disadvantage.
I accept this consequence.
From a horrible stealth check. That's okay. That's okay. It just means that they don't get the detriment for the second round. Now.
Yeah,
round
Snake
2.
has 2. Snake has 2 hit points. So
to be Morchella, like manifesting as Morchella in the.
Do I get?
What's up?
Do I get relentless endurance in my wild shape?
No.
Actually,
that would be so good though.
Really? What?
Yes, because it says in wild shape you retain all class features as long as you're able to. As long as
But that's not a class feature. That's a race feature. She's no longer an orc.
Or race in class. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll check. I know, I've seen people perform feats of miracle because you know some of the number crunchy people I play with, and I've run into this before. I'm not saying that I know it for sure, but stranger things have happened. All right,
wow.
So half orcs. Oh wait, no, I should be looking at druids, right? Yeah, druids. Sorcerer, fighter, druid. There we go. Perfect. Wild shape. You regain expended. Druid determines the beast shape. Blah, 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 blah. You can stay in beast shape for a number of hours. Hold on. Okay, there we go. While transformed, the following rules apply. Your game statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast. You retain your alignment, personality, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. You also retain all your skill and saving throw proficiencies, in addition to gaining those of the creature. If the creature has the same proficiency as you, blah, blah, blah. If the creature has legendary actions, blah, blah, blah. Revert. This is interesting. You can't cast spells, and your ability to speak and take actions requires hands is limited to capabilities. Transforming doesn't break concentration.
Oh wow, yeah. I guess the second to the last
Yep,
bullet
right
says
there.
you retain the benefit of any racial or class features.
Oh,
That's
holy
hilarious.
shit.
That's hilarious. I would never have guessed that.
Oh my
Very
god.
vague.
As long as you're physically
Those
capable of
30.
doing so.
That's
So-
hilarious.
According to your half orc and your relentless endurance,
That's
you can
excellent.
drop to 1 hit point instead, which means you don't drop to 0. So you don't
I
shift
choose
and then
that.
drop to 1. So you're good. You
I do not choose that.
you catch on fire as a snake.
Amazing.
You are a flaming snake on the frog track, but you're still alive.
I've never heard of a half orc druid before, but I'll have to remember that one.
Okay, Morchella, you're still a snake by the graces of half orcdom. Okay, but that ability is used for the day. Remember that can be important.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have the players or the coaches. Sigmund, Refrig, Madros. Go ahead and make your round 2 animal handling checks to try to coax your frogs towards victory.
Kyle, while they're doing that, I'd like to ask you what would happen, other than trying to do it stealthily, what would happen if I were to cast Long Strider on my toad?
I only like state what the NPCs say are the rules. What happens is up to the dice. So if you
Okay.
try to hide your casting of Spell Strider or Long Strider, depending on what makes it, is it verbal, semantic?
It's all three. It's all three, which is the problem. So the
yeah.
odds of it.
It's anything with semantic, you're probably going to be seen. You are
All right,
you
all
are
right.
the object of this race right now.
All right, never mind then.
It's
I had to
possible,
look it up because I was hoping it was just touch or something, but
yeah, it's possible. You can try. I'm not going to stop you guys from trying, but semantics will. I mean, if they see you doing this shit out in the race, they're gonna know it's you.
the material is just a pinch of dirt, though.
Yeah. The material's the easy part. Oh, James, what is going on? He gets his new ability.
Hey, look, I'm average. It's something that I am middle of the road on every time.
What is James? What is your channel divinity?
He's already used it.
That's what it is. So my channel divinity is why I have the +5 in the first place, and
Okay.
I'll continue to have +5 for this whole race. It's a very nice ability,
Okay,
but
just
the dice are rolling low. The dice
yes,
are rolling.
the dice are
fives.
hating.
You know what you need to do? Just keep on. rotating.
I see. Well, now the stream's over. You said it. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Good
Bye,
to the end of the
Bye,
stream.
guys.
Refrig is a 13 and Madros is an 8. Well, you guys brought a knife to a frog fight. Okay.
Don't tempt me. I'll rage and stomp on all their other frogs.
Oh no.
Yeah. I will win. Son of a bitch, I will win.
I do have a dagger. It's not a spell to throw the dagger at a frog.
There you go. That's true. Number 2 and number 3.
Goodness.
Narif, go ahead and roll number 4. NPC
Jesus
number 4 is with
Christ.
disadvantage. What the fuck? I'm just now seeing those results. Sorry.
Did Marcella not? Oh, right. She didn't get hers off. Never mind.
Yeah.
So
She's an on-fire snake.
Cool. It's special effects, everybody. Whoa.
Whoa.
So at
Let's
least
get
you're
some
distracting the
action in
crowd. Oh, okay. That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
good for us.
I
Bad for
am.
them. All right. So lane number 1 actually did shitty anyway. So there we go. And lane number 2, lane number 3, and lane number 4 is an 8. Okay, cool. Good. You guys, you really needed this because both the lanes that did well the first round now did shit. Awesome. A chance for the party to catch up and a chance for Refrig to remember that he has Bardic Inspiration for this last round.
Combined, I've only rolled 20 so far.
Okay. I just want to make sure you get everything you paid or not paid for. Okay. That is round 2. Round 3. Let's quickly figure out Narif. We're going to start out with you. No, I'm sorry. We'll start with Marcella this time because Narif, we started out with you last time. Morchella, the race is almost over. The frogs are making the last trudge towards the finish line. You're on fire. You're on
I
fire.
can't wait for her to bite the person.
You're on fire. Chad, you look back as a snake, and you look back at the crowd, and you see the crossed arms of a fourth-year student, dark elf male with a sash of Cyrex on, staring daggers in your direction. But he does not jump on to the field to stop you. What would you do? So far, no one has proven that your cover is blown. You're just a very resilient fucking snake right now. What would you like to do?
Oh, me. Oh yeah, I'm going. I'm zooting out of there. I'm not gonna stick around.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The flames go out from your scales, and you.
I really wanted her to like just go for the jugular on this person.
It's like a comedy
no, I
where you
lock
see
eyes for a second and then I go. Like, I remember this face.
Morchella will remember that.
Yeah.
You you as you're slithering away from the event, from the crowd who parts as you slither away, you hear a voice in your head. You know it's Chad's. Are you friend or are you foe?
Friend, I'm just fucking around though.
Thanks for letting me know you're not a snake, dumbass. And the connection is like,
I made eye contact with him. Like, how can
That snake's looking at me.
yeah, snake's very articulate. So yeah, the connection becomes severed before you're able to respond.
Am I a parcel tongue?
Okay, Nerif. So far, you've been undetected. You've been distracting. You've got your you slipped in that word. The racer in lane 4 turns around to you and is distracted, and he looks pissed off. He's like, "Come on, man, come on. I heard you. That jab about my mama, that wasn't cool. Come on."
What do you mean? I'm just playing a classic song.
Am I
Not
able to
everything's
react to
about
that?
you, bud. Calm down.
Not everything's about you.
Am I able to react to the guy threatening Nerf?
You can if you'd like to give up your next turn. And
pass.
Okay. So say,
I
by
love
the way, coaches, you can abandon your coaching and go do something else.
What are the standings right now?
Standings
Kyle?
are
We're not winning. No
racer
one-
number
Oh,
1.
I know. I just want to know.
Racer number 1 has 27. Racer number 2, 32. Racer number 3, 32. Racer number 4, 28.
Christ.
Sigmund, 20.
I'm at
Ma-
20.
Madros, 19. Refrig, 20.
Jesus Christ.
Terry's at 20. He's terrible.
It is not over, but it's you guys
Kyle,
you have
Kyle,
30
level with me. Is there any chance that Tracksuit Terry can take this? What are the chances? What does Tracksuit Terry need?
I mean, what you need is right now there are 2 32s and you're a 20. You need them to do horrible.
Okay.
So, as a out of game thing, I'll give you guys 30 seconds to have like a little huddle. You can either some of you can like just throw in the towel and sabotage
Oh yeah.
other lanes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm doing that to a lot of people.
Yeah, or you can boost each other. Remember, you can cheer on another coach, so you can boost each other. Take your pick. What would you like to do?
Okay, so if we're gonna boost each other, who among us is the highest?
You and Dan are tied. I'm dead last, so
Tied.
I'm giving up, but I'm going to try and fuck with hopefully at least one person really bad.
I'll
but
say this much. If you can fuck with them, I've got like my plus
Yeah.
5, so I know I will have a generally an okay result.
well, that's what I'm going to try and do. Is
Just need them to not
Madros
get it.
is pissed off as hell, Kyle, that he's in dead last. So he gets up, rages, and then basically throws his frog.
Like Erica throws her cat.
He throws his frog at the other racer's frog. The guys who are in the
Oh
feed.
no, murder hobo against the frogs. No.
That's okay. They're Catharta frogs. They probably squeak and bounce and all kinds of shit.
Or-
All right. Okay. Which one do you pick? This is important.
I mean, there's two guys with 32, right?
Yeah. It turns out the two that started out the slowest because Erica and Zach messed with them ended up rolling both rolling 20s the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, whichever one was the one that Erica that stepped on Erica, I'm gonna throw the frog at his.
Can
I'm
he
not even gonna
multi-hit
throw-
with the frog.
No, Chad.
No,
flame
Chad
bolted
firebolted.
her. Yeah, fireball. Yeah.
Oh, Chad did it. I thought the person did it. Okay.
Fucking Chad.
I really want to do. I really want to do that.
Did you ever see the campaign with Will Ferrell and
No.
Oh, okay. never mind.
No.
The baby, yeah. He accidentally punches the baby, and it's like CGI, so it's fake, but it shows it in slow mode, and the baby.
God, I remember that movie. I'd forgotten about it until you just said it again. But yeah, I'm gonna throw the frog at the person. I don't even know which fucking one. Just one of them. I'm not gonna throw the frog at their frog. I'm gonna throw it at the person conducting the
okay.
frog.
Nice.
So
Okay.
just pelt him in the head with a full-grown bullfrog, just right in the side of his head.
Okay. So two. Take your pick. Lane 2 or 3. Those are the two in the lead.
Let's do lane 2.
Lane 2. Okay. So lane 2, frog to the face. Okay. Okay. So that'll be Madros's turn now. Refrig and Sigmund, what are you doing? What's the
Bardic
game?
Inspiration gives me 1d6.
Plus or a d6 to whatever
One
you
roll.
roll.
Eric, which one did you throw?
I threw it at 2.
I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast on Toad number 3.
Oh
Remember,
my God.
if you blast it, you're disqualified.
I'm disqualified. Yes.
True, and they might just saying. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do in recompense for the one that you blast?
Well,
Yeah, all I did was throw a toad at some dude's face. You're shooting off like a dangerous spell at somebody.
What would
I
Neris say?
don't want to be unkind to a toad, but that's my own toad, not someone else's. Okay, let's rethink that one for a moment.
That's okay.
Can I say something? I'm going to say, you know what? This isn't good trying to heckle all of these people. I'm going to go and root for my good friend, Refrig.
All right, knowing that I have someone's support behind me, I'm going all in animal handling role with Bardic Inspiration. Oh
Okay.
my actual-
Jesus.
And advantage
Plus-
because
plus-
and you have advantage because he's cheering you.
So I just select
Roll again and take the higher of the 2.
Ah,
And you
Wait.
get to add your bardic inspiration on it as well.
yes.
I mean, it's the same bardic inspiration, but
I guess that'd be the 17 there, Kyle.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be the first number. Okay,
Nah.
that's okay. But look, now we have Dan.
Bardic.
Do I roll-
So you rolled a
roll my-
17. Now you roll your
Yeah.
bardic inspiration.
which is 1d6.
Mhm.
Okay, so you add a
that's
20. A 20 onto, well, let's erase Madros here. For all the I think we can safely erase his numbers.
That poor frog.
I would have been fine if we were allowed to do nature. I have a +4 to nature rolls. Jesus.
Yep, I'm just just going out of the book. And we'll do some tweaking later on, but this was too funny. Okay, so you rolled a 20 total, which is fantastic. That it puts you at a solid 40, which means we'll see what it means here. in a
Hopefully I
minute.
can fuck with one of these guys enough to slow him
Yep.
down.
Hopefully number 3 rolls low. Sigmund, what is your game plan?
I think I just gotta look at Refrig and I'll just give him. Oh, I have sending. I forgot I have my word thing. My skill diction. I want to cast the words out. Cast forth the words of my Illumian mind script to the far reaches of the realm. So I'm going to cast my words out to or actually, hold on. It says the skill diction is a written form of sending. So I guess I will this mean whatever I send to Refrig, everybody will see because it'll be like above his head?
No. They see it as words.
They see it as words.
They
in
see
their
your
mind?
Illumian script in their head.
Okay, got it. I see. It's like they see it in front of them. Okay.
So you can't put like the character of a fly, like a comma.
No. It's gotta be words in type. Because I was gonna ask Refrig, or I was gonna say to Refrig, so I'll like look at him across the field, and I'll ask him. I get to keep the scroll still. But because of the stupidness, I hope that's the message I convey, because we have to remember there's a stupid thing attached to this, where that's what I want to say, but I'm limited by an Arcana check in words. So what I actually say
keep the scroll, those 4.
He gets to pick.
I already said what I had to say.
Got it, okay.
So now, assuming I get a good high Arcana check here of 23, yeah, I get all of that. I could have written in novel.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it works. So as soon as I see your nod, that I'll get to keep the scroll. I don't have much of a choice. I cast command on the other frog that's in the lead.
Okay.
On the frog?
Yeah.
Can that work on frogs?
It might be on intelligence 3 or above. I don't know. Let's look it up. Yeah, I'll let you guys look it up.
Yeah, Kyle, real fast.
Yo,
it has to understand your language, James.
It has to understand my language.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm placing a bet on. I'm completely gambling on whether this frog would understand a stop command or not.
it has taken.
We'll see how well trained this frog is.
It's taken an English course or 2. Yeah.
Hey, look! A lot of animals will understand simple one-word commands. That's right. That's called training.
Not wrong.
Yeah. Taught it in German. 9.
But the question is whether this frog will understand it. So that's my action. I'll use command on that frog, and I'll still. I guess that doesn't stop me from rolling my own, or does that stop me from rolling my own?
Command. What are the components, or what are the requirements for command?
Command
It's verbal. It's verbal only.
And verbal.
Okay. Do a performance check to try to not look like you're casting a verbal spell at one of the athletes.
I'll say, you can do it, Terry. Do not stop. Do not stop. My performance check is great. I'm glad. Is it really a -1? Oh, there's no way. It is a -1. It is a -1. Let's see what I get.
What about with your
says.
five? What about with your five?
I only get 1 skill with that, so I already picked animal handling. Do not stop. Stop.
Do not stop.
My eyes roll back. I'm reaching out with my hand at the other frog.
Right in the middle of the lane, there's like 30 students staring at you. Okay, Sigmund. As you kind of freeze frame and trying to get the other frog to stop, the frog doesn't seem to register you at all, and it keeps going. But all the other students do, and you hear like the students get quiet for a second, and then you hear from the background, "Loser! Fucking nerd!" And yeah, you hear the students start laughing. It is they're starting to and oh, by the way, the Cyrex guy that you impressed earlier, you look over and Chad is.
Oh no!
What a dumbass! He targeted the frog and not the person.
Yes. Although failing on a person in Catharta would probably not be good, because that means
that's true. That could have been suspension or something.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, that's kind of a thing where we're teaching responsibility with magic, and you're casting spells on each other for menial things.
Hey, Kyle.
Yo, what's up? What you got?
Real fast. So remember my whole friend and me thing? The whole bardic inspiration every time I burn one. Well, he just burned that bardic inspiration. Couldn't he have Nime like slug one of the other frogs at the same time doing a physical attack?
Oh, let me check.
Wait, what now?
You could, but that would probably be. I mean, you can.
They can't see the dead. Only I can. And the other guy. They don't know.
True. All right, let me see here.
Question after this race. I'll table it for now. But
As a bonus action. Oh no. That's use of bardic inspiration. No, that's back. That would have been back when you gave him the bardic inspiration. That's not something. When he uses it, that's when you give it away.
Dang. Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah, when you give it away, you can have it. You can have it done. But since it wasn't like immediately right afterwards, although that would have been hilarious to watch a frog get yeeted out of the race from nobody, and it wasn't a spell. So
God, I still can't stop laughing about the stop thing that James did.
So James, you
Yeah.
hear you
They
hear
hate
Chad.
me, I know.
You hear Chad say, "Get the fuck off my racetrack."
Yeah.
Oh.
What's he say to me? And what happens to the dude I chucked the frog at?
So you take although, you know what's surprising about that? There's less of a response for you chucking a frog at
Amazing.
than him trying to cast a spell on the frog. So you chuck where's
Top Hat Tim. Top Hat Tim gets chucked.
Poor Top Hat Tim. We hardly knew him.
His little top hat gets squished.
on the upside,
Hold on.
I get a bonus from that. So thank you.
Yeah, so Top Hat Tim goes
You killed.
flying across. I guess it would be at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
It's almost like a mic drop where everything gets quiet, the match is about over, and then fucking Sigmund goes into his stop thing. And as he does, like behind him, you see the frog flying through the air quietly and smashing dude in the head.
Yeah. All the while I'm raging while doing this.
So are you making like a spectacle? Or are you what are you doing after you throw the frog?
Yeah, I'm just sort of like I rage to throw the frog, and then I'm just sort of standing my ground looking to see if anyone tries to haul me off, and I'll try and fight them off if they do. But
you know what? Like they look at you like, what the fuck, dude? But nobody goes out there.
Yeah.
Now the guy that you throw, the girl, is that the girl?
I hit a girl with the frog.
You chucked the frog at Stacy's head.
Poor Stacy.
I forgot about that.
Stacy, who is an animal lover, you chucked the frog at Stacy's head.
Amazing.
Side of the head. All right, now that we've got all the colorful things aside, let's determine if we succeeded, if we won the race.
Well, did her roll get?
Yeah, it's gonna have disadvantage. But she didn't roll it.
Okay.
So, Refrig, you rolled a 20, which is magnificent, for a grand total of 40.
21, not 20, right?
No, I have 7, 13, and 20.
7 plus 3.
James, he took that 17 because Dan had already rolled one before that. So
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah. I see where
17
you-
plus 3. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you see now. If it would have been natural 20, I just would have. It would have been.
Yeah. Sure.
tremendously great.
I got you.
But okay. So you have a total of 40. Here we go. Racer number 1, Booker T. Booker T is going to roll with a +1.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Booker T, despite no interference, what is that? 16 and 18. That's 20 and 34.
That's 34.
For a total of 34 loses. So racer number 1, his frog decided to get distracted and he loses. Racer number 2.
8 or less.
This is the guy in the lead, right? Racer
Stacy. This is Stacy.
No, this is Stacy, the one I hit with the fucking frog.
It's got to be more than disadvantage. Come on.
So, Eric,
Elton.
Would you care to roll? You know what? I'm not going to give her because it was amazing, and I love a good frog to the face. You want to roll Stacy's roll? It is a +1 d20 +1. I'm not even going to give her your modifier. I'm gonna unless it's worse.
Mine is a 0. So
go ahead. You roll.
Yeah.
Roll animal handling check with disadvantage.
Amazing.
Because it's hilarious.
Oh Jesus Christ!
All
It's
right.
still she still beats you, Dan. I'm sorry. I tried. She loves the frogs too much.
14. Yeah. So that is a.
I really
40
wanted the frog to just like explode on her face and traumatize her for life. But
Now, there's nothing to say the frog didn't explode on her face and traumatize her for life, but she still pulls the W with the traumatizing situation. Okay.
Even though we all cheated. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, even though there was cheating to get to win. Okay, so gang.
There's still someone else that needs to roll, correct?
Yeah. So we have Bam Bam. Bam Bam is going to roll.
Natural 20.
Natural 1. Bam
Oh
Bam.
my God, you almost won, Dan.
yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. I thought I'd come for you there.
For
What did you
33.
lose by 6? You lost by 6?
Correct.
So that was the last person needed to roll, right?
No, hold on. Number 4. Who was number 4? Ted? Or Carlos? Something like that.
Carlos, yeah.
Carlos. Carlos, number 4. He's been kind of chilling this whole time and minding his own business.
Sounds like Carlos.
Let's see here.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, Carlos, the sleeper cell. He just minding his own business, not bothering anybody. Quiet guys. Come on. He's very, very calmly and very, encouragingly talking to the frog. It's okay. Don't mind them. Don't mind the distractions. It's okay. Come on, please. Come on. And as all this chaos is ensuing, frogs flying through the air, people screaming at frogs, and all kinds of crazy magic shit going on, Carlos sneaks the win with, what is that? Is that 21?
Yeah.
21?
The third
Okay.
one.
With 49 points.
Jesus.
All right. Well,
Carlos.
I had an idea of if only Stacy had won, I would have had an idea. But
Yeah, I would have been interested to see what that was, Dan, but I didn't think Carlos would pull that out of his ass. So
I mean, there is the after game. You can talk to people, right? I mean, it's not above
or we
some
can
people in
rob
real
their
life.
dorm room. We can rob their dorm room. Hint.
Lots of
Like a
things can
handshake
happen
table.
post. But before we find out those things that happen, luckily, or I guess fortunately / unfortunately, Carlos has pulled the win. And Madros, you didn't get to see the frog splatter across Stacy's face because as it hit her face and it hit and it spit out some weird gooey stuff and it bounced onto the floor. Okay, the frog is still alive, thankfully. No frogs were hurt in the filming of this session. As it bounces off and onto the floor, it begins to and the frog begins to mutate.
Oh Jesus.
What was the stuffed animal? A lamb? A cat? A goat?
A rabbit.
A rabbit. There it is.
Every mammal.
A lamb, a goat. He picked like the most horrifying demon creatures.
Oh, it was a demon rabbit.
It's my friend.
Luckily, it's totally gone now. So
Totally gone.
I mean, yeah,
no need to worry about that.
totally.
The
not
frog begins to mutate and grow and become unsightly and misshapen. And the frog... I don't like that one. We're gonna go.
Top
we're gonna go
Hat
back.
Tim, how could you do this to me? I threw you.
The little tiny top hat, even through this transformation, stays on.
Oh.
Yes. You know what I should have done in retrospect is just thrown Top Hat Tim across the finish line.
I won. What? Fight me. The frog begins to shape and become misshapen and become a twisted, mutated giant frog. to make matters worse, all 7 of the frogs began to mutate
Oh shit!
and
Oh
become
God.
giant frogs.
It was the hat or the clothes.
It was.
And they all look very, very hungry. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Ooh.
What?
Wait,
Well,
I
I'm
gotta
glad
show
I'm
them
act-
the-
I'm glad I'm already raging.
Yeah, exactly. You're already. You have to waste the bonus action.
Yeah.
Too bad Dan burned his bardic inspiration. That's rough.
Woo!
And
All right, gang.
Well,
Guys, I don't have any spell slots either. I can use command twice.
oh,
Good
Our
luck
cleric.
healing.
Oh god.
Luckily, I would say luckily they're only giant frogs, and that's it. But at the same time, I thought that about a mimic. So we'll see. Maybe we can get close to TPK range again next week. Who knows?
We came pretty fucking close last week.
yeah, I'm still Snake. Like, I'm gonna blow my cover. Whatever.
I'm gonna put my
Really
yeah. You're gonna
nice.
go back in and be like, all right, I'll eat them. Ah, shit. And yeah, a little more to chew.
No,
on
I
this.
really wanted Morchella to just switch out for one of the toads and like put the hat on her or something, just have her race down the way.
Yeah, I wish I thought of that. I didn't.
Don't worry, I didn't think of it until Eric brought it up either. I'm like, yeah, that'd be such a great idea. But for another time, for another toad race. This time, we got to figure out what to do about giant hungry toads in the cafe. Tune in next week. We'll figure it out. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Another great session. And we are, what did I say, 5 or 6 weeks in the future. It really doesn't matter specifically what week we're on, but as long as we are, a nice chunk of weeks in the future. And, just as things calm down for our students here at Cathartic Academy, shenanigans ensue. And we have giant frogs and a lost race. Man, I thought we were gonna pull it with all the great lengths that all of you went to win this at the very end. I thought we had it, but turns out that Quiet Carlos snuck in the W. So anyway, thank you very much for joining us, and let's go around, everybody. Let's say our outros. Who are you, and anything you want to plug, as well as stars and wishes for the week, please. And by the way, I did go back and watch the last session and take in account stars and wishes, and incorporating that kind of stuff into the campaign. So let's start with Eric. Eric, what are your any outro stuff, and what are your stars and wishes for the week, please?
Yep. Again, name's Eric. I play Maedros, our barbarian. I had a great time with this race. It started out kind of benign and then went in some hilarious directions in that final round that made it all worth it. My star for tonight is most obviously James doing that stop thing, because I haven't laughed that hard at someone role playing in a long time. Like, it took a solid 5 minutes for me to stop laughing. I don't really know if I have any wishes, Kyle, other than maybe for us to figure out what items are in that gift shop so we can actually. I think I looked it up. I think they're called primers, right?
That sounds
is what they are. But you use different ones in the Strixhaven book, so I have no idea what they do. So
yeah,
if we can get that figured out in between this week and next, that's all I really had.
Figured out tonight. Awesome. Yeah. I just changed the names because we have different houses than they do.
Yeah, I just don't know which one's associated with what advantages anymore. So
yeah, we'll hammer all that out. Awesome. Very cool. Next up, Dan. Dan, your stars and wishes. Any closing thoughts today?
Oh man, I feel like there were a lot of stars today. I got my gift. That's pretty great. The stop was incredible. The throwing the toad was amazing. There was all sorts of just genuine laughter throughout tonight. That was solid. Wishes. Oh gosh, man. I guess the wish is that we can continue the pace that we're at, where I know sometimes we can oftentimes spin our wheels in place and we lose out on that time that we were really not great at in the first couple of sessions. So keeping that up, I think that's my wish.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. He's again. Speaking of Make-A-Wish, the Zach, your closing thoughts and stars and wishes for us today, please.
Oh, it was such a good time. Well, honestly, too many stars. I felt bad. I really wanted to help Marcella do her thing, but also try to just play the, bumbling guy. Just like, I have no idea what's going on. Stars, I'm sorry, it has to still be the Stoff thing. I was crying. That was just so unbelievably funny, James. That hurt me.
Sorry.
It really hurt me
You're so
physically. I just
hurtful,
was
James.
cackling. But as for my wishes, see, I have a weird wish. My wish is for kind of this whole storyline just to kind of not end. I love all of our characters. I love all the most ridiculous things we're doing. I like that Morchilla, as a snake, she probably still smelled of mushrooms. It's probably the only way I would have recognized her if I didn't see her change into a snake. Oh, that's another thing. I love the fact that I was just a 3-foot tall halfling with a giant python coiled around my neck. That was a good one. But no, it was just a fun time. I love this.
It's true. That begs the question. That's how everybody identifies Morchella when she's in wild shape, is the strange Morchella smell from every animal she turns into.
Yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of strange Morchella smells, Erica, can you let us know closing thoughts on today and your stars and wishes?
Yeah, well, stars, obviously the stop command spell, perfect, and using a rage action to nail someone in the head with a toad. Like, just the mechanics of it, chef's kiss, beautiful. Wishes, just continuing, right, like at the same pace and having more of like the character to character interactions too, because we all got a bunch of goofy guys here, and I would like to see how the dynamics develop.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah. We had, for as like non-combat-y or non-crazy in-depth storytelling as this little event in the book is, just to see how everybody came together as a team and had our little interactions together. And you guys did great about staying in character. And that was wonderful as far as, interacting with each other and also the event. It was very good. Speaking of staying in character, and it seems like unanimously the standout line, command one word line of the evening. James, do you want to bring us out with your closing thoughts and stars and wishes?
Yes, of course I do, Kyle. My stars and wishes for today are one and the same. My star was seeing us all work towards one common goal for once. To see everyone pull all of their efforts and by the end behind Refrig to try to steal it, because we knew, Refrig's win was going to be a win for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that that Avengers-esque teamwork where we know and we feel like we are one unit working together with our strengths and our weaknesses to one end. That's my wish, is to see that great Avengers moment arise for these 5 in the future as it all comes to a close before the end of the year, the school year, which is the next month. The end of the month is the end of the year. Yeah. All on that.
Yeah.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
That on your bumper sticker. Yeah, yes. Yeah, we came together tonight for a common cause. And even though we might not have succeeded in the race, we succeeded in teamwork. And that was important. And also with someone with a frog-shaped welt on the side of their face is also a victory, in my opinion. But that's okay. We're going to see what comes of this, because it wasn't just a simple race. Oh no, we got giant frogs, y'all. And we'll see how that pans out. Awesome. Yep. My stars for this week are great role play, and the fact that you guys stuck in character. Yeah. Okay. We didn't play like it wasn't all optimal. Oh, the exact optimal thing to do was this. No, my character would do this. And that's important that we stick to that. And I think that's why we have this organic feeling, is that we're not aiming to win. We're aiming to be us and that actually makes us win. Oh, there's a Hallmark card for you. So wishes. I wish I could read a book better, but you know.
God, we could just go off book at this point. Do we even need the book?
I mean, I
We
did.
got the basics.
We did go very off with the rules of that thing. We went very off the book. That
Yeah, I
was
mean,
just like,
they're more like guidelines than actual rules anyway. Like,
Seen that movie.
it was. Yeah, it was like, hey, let's have some animal handling checks, and that's it. I'm like, fuck it, we'll do 3 rounds and let you guys mess with.
yeah,
the
I
ability,
can't
like,
believe
the
I can't
outcomes.
believe the book was written to just be one.
Yep, that's
Like,
it.
I really can't.
Yep. But I figure if we do like it's separate iterations, it gives you an ability to not only adapt to what's going on, but to, like, you know, insert your class abilities and think of nifty role play things like throw shit at other people and cast spells when the chips are down, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a wonderful session, and I'm looking forward to next week when we can dive into what the heck's going on with frogs in this place. And does Chad really hate Sigmund now? So we will see. The inquiring minds must know.
God,
Because
the
I
thing
was
that'll keep
surprised.
Sigmund up at night.
Yeah, yep. I was surprised. I'm like, oh shit, Sigmund's trying to get his foot in the door here with the Cyrex. Oh, never mind. I think he's a douche.
Blew it. Yeah.
But who knows? There could be some redemption there as well. Anyway, thank you Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us this week, and we'll catch you next time on Quelmar First Class. James, can you bring us out with some closing plugs as well as the closing phrase that you do?
Sure. All right, I'll do this real fast. I'll make myself real big on the stream because this is so important. This is so important. It's Wiki Jam week, okay? People don't know what the Wiki Jam is. Quelmar's, we got a lot of new people from last year. They need to know what the Wiki Jam is.
You're frozen.
I'm frozen?
Anticlimactic.
Am I really frozen?
Okay, nope. Now you're good. Now you're good. Okay, sorry. It was just stuck behind the other stuff.
It was just Kyle. Now, the Wiki Jam. You go on the wiki, you make a page, you tag it with Wiki Jam, and then at the end of the week, this weekend, we get a bunch of talented game masters. They've all been picked out and chosen. I'm one of them, actually. And they take the new stuff that's been written this week, and they have like a 24-hour turnaround time, and they work real hard, and they think real hard, and they turn it into a one-shot, and then the people will play games about the stuff you just invented this week. It's like a game jam, right? You have a short amount of time. You make a brand new Quelmar experience happen. We've got like 12 or 13 entries so far, but the Wiki Jam has no limits. So get on the wiki, create some articles, blow it up. Let's have some fun and invent new stuff. And then, yeah, that's it. The Wiki Jam is really the only important thing. Though we have the reoccurring ones like Strahd on Sunday, System Agnostic on what Thursday? Is that Erica? When's System Agnostic?
We're skipping tomorrow.
Okay, no System Agnostic.
Always Thursdays, but we're skipping tomorrow. We need an off week to make our D&D.
What about
Chapter 2
Playtest Tuesday?
characters.
Playtest Tuesday. We do have a playtest coming up on Monday, which is not Playtest Tuesday. It's just a playtest for another system. But I think the seats are full for that one, so don't worry about it. Anyway, tons of stuff happening. As always, just be a snake.
Be a snake.
More jealous.
Solid, Dan. But yeah, that's straight up, catch Strahd this Sunday right on the wiki. That's really the gist of it this week.
Awesome. And yeah, so we got shit going on this week in Quelmar. Check out the jam. That's also that towards our benefiting Quelmar Con 2023.
There's a very small, little tiny part of it raises a little bit of money for QuellMarCon, but we're not making this one a big fundraiser. There's just, there's no barrier to entering the jam, to putting the wiki up, to writing the new lore. You just go do it for free. Invent new games.
Awesome. Yes. Inventing new games is great. And I hope everyone invents themselves a wonderful week. And we will see everyone back next Wednesday, roughly the same time, definitely the same academy. And take care. We'll see everybody next week. And James, I didn't forget.
I'm not doing it. Zach's doing it. Zach does it.
Oh, that's right.
All
Zach,
right, great.
listed.
He really does.
Yep. Just remember, folks, sometimes when your frog refuses to stop, just keep on rolling the dice.